Hey guy, hey guys, what's up? Hope you're all having a good night, man. Hope you're all having a good night, or wherever you are actually in this world. Hope you're all having a really good Monday, or maybe it's Tuesday for you guys. What's up? Yeah, I got a black shirt on. I'm Batman. I'm kidding. What's up, guys? Yeah, AW Aaron Warrior. Do me a favor, like that. Yeah, smash that like button down below. Share this out. And if you're new here, subscribe to the channel. Thank you, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I know. Oh, thank you, thank you. No, no. Come on. I'm gonna do something for you, Blind Brill. I got a present for you. I sent you a link. Excuse me. Excuse me, guys. Fuck my cough. Fuck this cough. Really, fuck it. Fuck the cough. I don't have really a bad cough. It's just, Okay. Okay, what's up?
What's up?
What's up? Oh, this? This is.
No, this troll.
Real. For real. That's the pot trap greedy man. Well, this is a space trap.
There's so many dumb characters.
You gotta make more.
I'm gonna have to make more because there's a crap ton of other characters. I was like, I can't put it in one video.
I
I'm
got.
gonna do one for DC too.
Oh my god. You should do also for villains too.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that for villains.
It has to. Condiment King has to be in it.
Oh yeah, Condiment King, Kite Man. I mean, I hope
Oh,
we get Kite Man because I mean he's already in Peacemaker.
here's the thing: the Harley Quinn show kind of made him not. I mean, he's a joke in the show, but they kind of made him likable.
Yeah, I want to see Kite Man in live action.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like the weird, dumb characters, especially if they're like kind of taken serious. It's just funny. It's like, oh my god, what the hell? Kite Man? Ridiculous.
Okay, before we get to this topic, all right, about the trailers that we saw, we're gonna do some roasting here, okay? We're gonna roast the Ban Affleck Twitter account, okay? We're gonna roast them, good, okay? Because I have to.
You have
I
to pull
have
up
to.
that tweet. It's so
And yeah, it's so ridiculous, okay? It's really really bad. Okay, I got the tweet. Let me find it. Okay, let me share it again. Here we go. Okay, here we go. How can I make this bigger? Whatever. Okay. So according to this tweet, to him, the Dunkin' Donuts commercial that featured Ben Affleck is number one trending on YouTube, while the Flash trailer is at 30. That's all I gotta say. So we click on. Okay, what? How? So Bumble, how many views does it have down there? Dunkin' Donuts. As of yesterday, right?
Yeah, it has 1.4 million views.
Okay. I checked it today. It has up to 2.7. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. We'll go to the next picture. The one it compares it to. What does it say here?
Hmm. It says 2.1 million, and it has over 100,000 likes.
Yeah. Okay. How much does it now have? Oh, also, okay, 2.3 million. But there's one thing he stupidly kind of did not see. What YouTube account is that?
The DC.
Okay. See my pointer, right? Go to Warner
Yes.
Brothers. We're on Warner Brothers right now. Warner Brothers Pictures. The Flash official trailer has 6.5 million.
Oh my God. So he cherry picked it. He doesn't even know how it all works, too.
Yeah, he cherry picks it because he's an idiot. Because he's
Yeah,
trying to deceive everybody.
which also too, why would you shit on the Flash movie when a good portion of it has Ben Affleck in it? You're getting more Ben Affleck in the movie. Like, why are you shitting on it?
Oh,
It doesn't make sense.
because these guys have no intelligence in them. They don't. Their IQ is below normal.
No, they don't actually like Ben Affleck as Batman. They just
No,
like Snyder stuff. Yeah,
exactly.
that account is so annoying. Oh my God. Like, did you see the one where he was like, we need a Ben Affleck Batman movie on Netflix? And then he was like posting like a screenshot that was like a Photoshop of the movie on Netflix. And I was like, bruh, why would they put a Batman movie on Netflix?
What?
Why?
Yeah. Why would they put a Batman movie on Netflix when they know Batman will make money in the theaters?
Yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah, that's really ridiculous. Like this guy has no common sense when it comes to. Well, this guy has no business sense. These Snyder fans have don't know business 101. Like,
No, why would they spend all this money to like, let's say Netflix does get the Snyderverse. Why are they going to spend all this money on movies that are just going to be on their streaming service? Like, do you know how many movies they would have to make? They're probably
mhm.
like over 200 million to make these movies that they want. So it's like, that's impossible. They're not going to do that.
No,
Like, the IP
here,
is expensive. Like, and they're not selling it off.
no.
These, it's like, they might as well just go out and say, OnlyFans, buy the Snyderverse. Because it's like, no, like, this is a ridiculous claim. Like, no company is going to buy this. You might as well ask Tubi, all these random companies to buy the Snyderverse because it's not happening.
They in their deluded minds, they think it's gonna still happen. They
Yeah. Uh,
nothing is nothing. I'm convinced nothing's gonna convince them. They're gonna live. They're gonna live till their day they die. Still think it's gonna come back. That's them.
bruh. Oh my God. Snyder, it would be like 70 years into the future. Snyder has like passed away and they're still asking
Yeah.
him to direct the
They're
movie.
gonna be. You know
Like,
what? His the kids are still alive. We're gonna continue the Snyderverse.
yeah, we're gonna get his like son and his
Yeah.
other kids to direct the movie. Or,
Yeah.
or we'll get like an AI version of him to direct the
A
movie.
robot or
It's like,
something like an
oh my
android.
God.
Snyder trying to clone himself or something like that. They are
Yeah,
going.
they're gonna make a clone. They're gonna put out a
Yeah.
hashtag called Clone Zack Snyder.
Yeah. Yeah.
Release the clone. That's what it's gonna
Oh my.
be.
That's so fun. I mean,
It's so
plus you,
stupid.
it's that's hilarious. And that's how crazy they are. Anybody need to be in not an asylum because that's for crazy criminals, but they need to be in like a hospital. It's kind of
Well,
harsh,
they
but
do
they kind
need
of
to
do
be in
need to be.
Arkham.
Yeah,
They need to be in
Arkham.
Arkham.
I really think they're that. I really do think they're that crazy to the point where they might do something like that. Because I
Yep.
saw this. I saw this. And I know this is a fucking quote from Community because I watched Community, but this, this, I know this is a quote from Community, but still, this guy, this
This account. Oh my
I
god.
can accuse sexual assault and criminal charges, but I draw the line when they are involved in cape shit. You are pathetic and disgusting. I know people. I know there's some Community. Shut up, Marcus. We're not shut. Here's the people. We're not joking on
I am
Snyder. We're
shilling.
joking on.
I am shilling.
I know. We're not here to criticize Snyder, okay? We're here to criticize his
Well,
cult.
whatever Marcus thinks, he's right.
Yeah.
I'm here to shill.
But this is crazy. I know this is a quote from Community because I watch Community. That's a great show. It's just that when it comes from this guy, and Twitter, it doesn't it it looks terrible. It doesn't look like a good look.
Yeah, these accounts are so annoying. Like, is this one is the gun cultist one, yeah, and then there's the Zack Snyder hater one. It's like, oh my god.
Didn't this guy said he was gonna quit when the other guy said when he's done?
Yeah, he did
It's,
say that. He did say that, and then he like went back on it.
of course, they're liars. They're
And they keep showing up on my feed. I'm sick of these people showing up on my feed.
I'm sorry if I sometimes once in a while I do comment on them, so you might see them from me from sometimes.
But like from
Time.
other people, I'm like, God damn.
Well, there's people in the community that always talk about them.
They're so annoying. Like all they do is just grasp at straws.
Mm-hmm.
Marcus, relax on George, man. George didn't do nothing. Just come at me. It's okay, man. Like I can handle it.
Marcus, you have to come. You even have to come to a realization to agree to us that the Snyder, the ones that are on Twitter are delusional. They don't. Their head. Their head's not based in reality. Their views are not based in reality. They don't see what's going on. They make up stupid stuff. Most of them don't read a comic book. Like
Yeah.
seriously,
They
right?
they
Like
they speak only on pure emotion.
pure emotion. Yeah, and there's been a lot of people today talking about car, Supergirl, okay?
Hmm.
And like, this is not the Supergirl we want. I mean, this is not. Yeah, this is not the one we're used to. This is a different. This is a different. This is supposed to be. This is a different Supergirl. This is a different
This is an
universe.
alternate universe
Yeah,
Supergirl. Yeah.
yeah,
Why was anybody expecting it to be the traditional Supergirl? She
yeah.
doesn't even look like the traditional
We are gonna
Supergirl.
get her. We are gonna get the traditional Supergirl. That's what the Woman of Tomorrow is about. We are getting that. Like,
Hmm.
but, and you know what? I don't know. I think she looked good. I think the trailer actually looked was really, really good. Was I
Yes.
think I know you're a Guardians guy, and I like Guardians. I'm with you. I think it was better than this Guardians one.
Yeah, I would say it was. I mean, the Guardians trailer was good, but
Yeah,
we already kind of seen what was going on. Like,
yeah,
so you know what I mean? But like the Flash trailer was like exciting because it was all fresh and it hit all the different emotions and stuff. And so I think it was a good trailer. Like, I really don't have any qualms with it. I've seen some people nitpicking the CGI. I don't care. Like, why are you going to compare this to Avatar? Are you serious?
Oh, I could nitpick some of the CGI in the Guardians trailer too, because
Sure.
there were some issues there too.
But like
Like
I seen on Twitter, you should see people are like taking like screen grabs of the Flash and being like,
you see
mind
the
you,
Warlock one, where everybody's taking
yeah,
criticizing.
I seen that one. I mean, the shot is cool though, but
Yeah,
like People took the Flash CGI shots and were like, "Oh, this looks like garbage compared to Avatar." Like, well, no shit. Avatar's been in development for how many years now? Like, what the
It might
heck?
have a better story in Avatar.
Probably will. Probably have better characters
I
too.
mean, Avatar. I'll give props to Avatar becoming the third grossest film with 2 million, but let's be honest, they're not exactly the best stories.
No,
You
I
know,
didn't like The Way of Water. I prefer
no.
the first movie.
And if it's like and James Cameron, if it's the same villains, if it could be the same villains over the 5 movie arc, if it's just the current plan, to me that'll get boring over and over. Like,
Hmm.
right? But let's not talk about Avatar. I mean, Avatar did well, but really well. I mean, like great. And you could and no, good movies do make a lot of money. Bad movies make a lot of money. It's been proven.
Hmm.
Uh, and so I really did like the Flash trailer. I I did like the two berries. Running into each other. Zod looked good. I really did look. I have pictures, some pictures.
Yeah,
Good.
Zod. I liked the interaction with the two Flash. I thought they were pretty funny. I could see why they went with. Yeah, again, this was another people comparing it to Man of Steel, and it's like
Ten
this
years
looks very
later.
similar to Man of Steel. Well, they're trying to say like, oh, it wasn't like identical, and it's like it's pretty close. Like at that point, you're kind of just like nitpicking. Like you kind of get the idea.
Hello, George.
No, what's up, George?
Hey guys.
What's up? And I really did. Yeah, I think Zod looked good.
Yeah,
Yep.
everybody looked good in the trailer. Michael Keaton looked amazing in the trailer.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't see him as Bruce Wayne, but we did see him as Batman. And I gotta say, this
Mhm.
I don't know. I like this pick. Smiling. I don't know why. Like Batman, like this kind of. I don't know. Like a lot of people
Because
say, oh, Batman.
it's this version of Batman.
Like a lot of people like, oh, Batman should
Mhm.
smile. But you know what? I don't know
It's
Batman
Michael
looks so.
Keaton.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is not traditional Batman. I mean, it kind of is, but not really. But it's Michael Keaton's version. So, like, this is something he would definitely do. I mean, if you watch the two movies, like,
Yeah.
he was kind of jokey in those movies, but like a serious kind
Tim
of
Burton.
jokey.
Yeah.
Like, remember
yeah.
the time he like smirked at a guy before he put a bomb on someone?
Yeah.
Bombing him.
If this is
Yeah.
Christian Bale's Batman, well, this when he wouldn't smile. And Christian Bale's Batman's technically retired. If you watch Dark Knight Rises,
Mhm.
right? He settles down with
You,
Selena.
you should see. There's so many people who thought Ben Affleck was Christian Bale.
Yo, John Campia.
Oh,
Like,
oh, really?
Yeah,
I
well, John
like.
Campia said, I don't know why he put that out, even if he knew, but I saw someone else,
Did you see? Did you see,
Brendan BD or whatever his name
did you
is.
see that picture he posted about the two Ezra Millers?
No, I didn't
oh
see
my
that.
goodness, and like the Star Wars joke.
And yeah, and then I'm
What
like,
did he say?
oh, I gotta find it. I commented on it, but I gotta find it for you. But I made a joke on it. Okay, here we go. Campia. And I'm like,
Oh,
wait,
yeah, okay.
and I'm like, wait till you meet the third one, because there's
Oh
like,
gosh.
because the villain is supposed to be another Flash, supposed to be another Barry Allen.
Hmm.
And it's supposed to be Dark Flash, right? So there's gonna be a third Barry Allen who managed successfully. Like, this is Degrassi is out, and Degrassi told me this, and I'm pretty much good. Let you tell you. I can pretty much tell you this. Apparently, like that Barry Allen saves his mother or whatever, and everything seems fine. But what he does is it corrupts him, becoming a Dark Flash. Like
Hmm.
it's almost like his mother's meant to die. You know, like Bruce warned him, Ben Affleck warned Barry that doing this could alter the timeline. You know,
Hmm.
Ben Affleck warned him that, right?
Yeah,
Barry doesn't
it has
care.
consequences. Yeah, well, messing with stuff has consequences.
Yeah, you don't think Bruce Wayne would have thought? Oh, if I could, you don't think Bruce Wayne thought about possibly at times going back in time to prevent his parents' death, but he knew what the consequences are, the long-term consequences. Like Barry Allen. Well, I miss it, of course, his mother, but Barry Allen is more of a selfish hero than Bruce Wayne, than Batman. If you think about it, right?
Well, at least so far, yeah.
Yeah, right. Because there's been countless of time in the comics or even movies or TV shows where there's times where Bruce has been offered opportunity to potentially go back in time to save his parents, but he knew the risk, the greater risk of that kind of stuff. Where Barry knew, but he didn't care. Right? Like, yeah. Apparently, it's not even the third act. Was
Yo,
not shown.
did I scare Marcus Cruz off?
Hey, Marcus.
It might have been me.
Yeah. You didn't want to challenge him. He didn't want to challenge you, man. Yeah. And
I thought the trailer was really good. I don't know if I wasn't crazy about them showing Zod right away. Like, I'm fine with them showing, like, Michael Keaton Batman, since we all know he's gonna be in it.
Yeah. And what I like he looks like he's still. I mean, he's older, but it looks like he can still move pretty well. Older Batman.
I think Michael Keaton as an individual, like, he looks pretty good for his age, and I think he takes pretty good care of himself compared to most people around his age.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta remember, like, 6 years ago, like, actually almost 6 years ago. I can't believe it's been that long. He was Vulture in Spider-Man: Homecoming. Yeah, 6 years. Yeah, 6 years ago, he was like Vulture in Spider-Man: Homecoming.
He should have said instead of I'm Batman, he should have said I'm Vulture.
Vulture.
Also, like, Keaton, like, he's coming off like what was a really good decade for him. Like, the 2010s was really good to him. Not just
it was kind of a comeback decade for him.
Yeah, not just like returning, not just like playing Vulture, but he was Birdman in the Birdman movie. He was in Spotlight. He was in The Founder. Like he had a lot of really good projects. Whether they were like franchise themed or like Oscar contending things.
Just a comedy guy, right?
He had a really good decade.
I mean, he could do it all, Keaton. Like, he could be funny, and he could be like threatening.
Yeah. Yeah, he's in a lot of good movies if you go back and look.
Yeah.
Like, I like him in Jackie Brown. I mean, he doesn't have a big role.
Yeah, he was underrated in that film.
I'm sorry. It's too bad he had to do Need for Speed, but oh well.
Yeah, that's like maybe the only dud recently. But that movie's almost 10 years old now.
I
that's
mean,
crazy to think.
Should we count Morbius against Michael Keaton?
Oh God. Oh man.
Listen. You know what? He kind of had a bit of a rough year last year, though. Like that, between that cameo and Morbius, then having Batgirl get canceled, and then like finding out you're no longer going to be Batman in the DCEU.
Well, I think he said he didn't care.
Yeah, he kind of did that. Said he didn't care.
Yeah, he's like, I wasn't even gonna watch this movie anyway. So, and it was like, well, I don't really
one
care.
Of those actors doesn't.
You know what? Movie. Actually, since we're talking about Michael Keaton, I have a personal story with Michael Keaton.
You met him?
That is kind of funny. Okay, so this is a story from my dad. He told me this. He was an extra working, and on this Michael Keaton movie, I don't remember what movie it was.
Robocop? That was filmed here.
No, this was like years, maybe like in the 80s or 90s. I don't remember. But Michael Keaton was like giving the extras instructions, right? And so this guy beside my dad yells, "Hey, Mikey, fuck you," out in the open, right? And Michael Keaton is like, hey, you. And he points at my dad and he says, "Get the fuck off set." And my dad's like, "What?" He's like, it's the other guy. The other guy's like, "I didn't say nothing." And so my dad got fired because of Michael Keaton. And so my dad always says, "I will never see a Michael Keaton movie, no matter if it's good, because he fired me."
That's great.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
god!
love that story. It's so fucking hilarious. I'm like, I'm asking him. I'm like, are you gonna watch the Flash movie? He's like, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And nobody extra would defend your dad.
No, the guy was like, no, I didn't say nothing, and my dad was arguing with him. And then they were like, just get the fuck out of set. Just leave. Just leave. So he
Oh
left.
my god!
That's gotta suck.
Yeah.
Yeah. What happens if your dad watches the Michael Keaton tape? Hey, you remember you fired me for something I didn't do?
Oh man.
Hey, Black Bill, you should go all Dead Redemption on Michael Keaton.
Oh jeez. If I ever meet him, I'll tell him that story. He'll probably be like, "You get the fuck out of here." If I told him that, like, "Hey, you fired my dad."
What, Degrassi? What?
His ass. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That's crazy. Oh my god.
Hey, that actually could have been your father-in-law. I'm kidding. Ooh,
Oh my god.
you haven't told me. You have to tell the story to Grassy. I know you don't like to go on streams and stuff. You like to be in chats and in private, but like I want to hear that. I personally want to hear that story. That's interesting. Oh my god. Oh yeah, he was Chicago in the 70s. Yeah, that's so yeah.
Hmm.
See, we could. Yeah, you can't trust us Canadians, Degrassi.
Out of all the people, Dan Aykroyd, what the heck? That's so weird. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, where was I? Let's just see some other pictures. You got Supergirl. It's a great picture. She's probably learning. This is probably the first time with the heat lasers, whatever you want to call them, heating because
Mhm.
because
She's been kept
she
in
just
captive.
yeah, she doesn't know how to control them, right? And she's been in the dark. She's been captive in the dark because maybe they knew maybe the capturers. I'll say this: the captors. I'm pretty sure are Russian. You can kind of I
Might be
think
the
the Russian
American government.
American government.
Maybe. Well, it was kind of snowy. I don't know.
Yeah, well, if it's Alaska, it's American, but I think it's
Well,
Russia.
well, it's supposed to be like she's supposed to be based on Superman in Flashpoint, right? Where he was like captured, and so he never got to see the sun, right? So he never had any powers until he like
Yeah,
finally comes out. That might be the same thing. What's happening here?
it could be. Yeah.
So they
That
break her out, and then she
they leave her,
finally sees the sun, and then she gets her powers.
and she doesn't control it, obviously, right? Like,
Hmm.
because it's the first time, right? She doesn't know how to control it. Hey, I bet you have to. Batman's, Batman's like the one probably they found out where she is, where she's been captured, obviously. Yeah, she's gonna help Zod. Like she's gonna help out with Zod. I mean, I think Kal-El's dead. Clark. I think they say Clark is probably dead. He didn't make
Yeah,
it.
that's what the leaks from last year were kind of hinting at.
I mean,
I still think it might be that other rumor
which one?
that she's the daughter of Superman.
Maybe. And I.
You think she could be like Christopher Reeve, like Superman's daughter?
Oh,
Something like that. I mean, it's just that the logo is the same as Henry Cavill, so I'm not really sure.
yeah.
Unless they put Christopher Reeves in the Man of Steel outfit or like something similar to it.
She's only getting a 7-inch figure. You know what? she's probably going to be in this movie anyway, like the actress. I don't think she's going forward because
No.
this movie is there's no point unless they want to revisit Flashpoint with the new DCU at some point. I don't know. That's if I mean it's supposed to be a soft reboot. I guess it could affect things going forward, and somehow she does appear in the main timeline afterwards. They can do that. They did a Flashpoint Batman in the comics. They put him in the main timeline.
Mhm.
They found a way. And it's comics. You could do that. You could find a way to do that if they wanted to. I mean, two Supergirls in the same timeline. You got this Supergirl eventually joining the DCU, and then the other one. I don't know.
Mhm.
I mean, we got here's Ben Affleck.
Yeah, he looks better here than in the other movies.
Yeah, he does. He actually does look a little happier here.
Yeah.
Because he knows this is his last appearance.
Yeah, he's like, oh, finally, I'm out. I'm out. Finally.
I liked his costume too. I like the blue and gray.
Yeah.
The armor that he
finally
had
did
on.
the blue and gray.
It's like
Yeah.
on the
Even
bike,
Keaton has a suit that's like
mhm.
blue and gray.
We finally see him on the bike. I don't think he was on the bike before in the other Batman movies.
No, he wasn't.
No.
I don't even think Keaton was on the bike either. Pretty sure he was in the
No,
plane.
I think like Bale and like Pattinson were like the only two.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's funny because in that cave, it looks like he
Wait,
repaired
Wasn't there a bike in Batman vs Superman?
Was there?
Yeah, when
Maybe.
he like comes out of the Batmobile, and then it was like a bike. It was
Isn't
like a bike
that-
was built in.
That's Dark Knight.
No. When he like he's shooting up the dudes, and then
Maybe.
he comes out.
No, I thought Superman.
Because yeah,
I thought he
it was
stole-
very
I thought he-
similar to the Dark Knight.
I thought he was still in the
Maybe I'm
Batmobile
misremembering.
I thought he was still in the Batmobile when Superman whipped off the top.
Hmm.
Yeah, he was still in there because Superman ripped off the top.
Yeah. And the Dark Knight wasn't really a Batmobile, right? It was called a Tumbler.
Yeah, it was a tumbler. Yeah.
It was like more like a tank, if you ask me. Like a very, but yeah. People are like, why is there no Wonder Woman, no Aquaman? Because their big war was part of Flashpoint. I'm like, oh, because maybe because they have cameos in it, or maybe
Yeah, why would they
Well,
put that in the trailer?
yeah. Yeah. No cyber. Well, we know why no cyborgs in it,
Hmm.
right? And Cyborg was in the. I'm pretty sure he was in the main story of Flashpoint. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
he had
he
a big
was.
role. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like a resistant leader or something.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, yeah, people whining about like Ray Fisher not being in the movie still. It's like, let it go.
He said he didn't want to be in the movie.
He didn't
Why
want to be in
people
anything
complaining?
involved with Walter Hamada.
Yeah.
Ray Fisher goes. He hasn't said anything lately, man. He hasn't even said anything related. To
I think after he tried going after James Gunn and got a lot of backlash, I think he's now
shut
keeping his
up.
mouth shut.
Well, smart.
Until it opens again.
It's like here's the thing: he's become like the martyr for the Snyder fandom. Because if you
Mhm.
kind of notice, all these other actors seem either content with moving on or are trying to help in other ways.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it looks likely that Jason Momoa can continue as Aquaman this new universe. I still don't know what's going on with Gal Gadot, but it's looking a bit more likely she could stick around. Ezra, if they get the help, could possibly stick around. Ben Affleck wants to direct a movie. Like Henry Cavill gracefully, accepted that he's not going to return. Like everyone's either like accepted it or like they're still going to continue in some shape or form.
I've seen people. Oh, basically what the reason was they didn't have. They wanted to replace Henry Cavill with the Sasha Cali. That
Originally,
yeah.
and then before James Gunn came in, they were gonna put Henry Cavill back, and then supposedly now they took him out.
We never really had a contract in the first place.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They never had a contract.
And Andy Muschietti, man, good director, and I could see him doing a bigger movie for DC. Maybe I don't know, not exactly Justice League, but a ensemble kind of movie because he's done
Well,
it.
like a crisis film.
Yeah, he's done it, right? He's done it. I mean, it is not. Would you consider it an ensemble film?
Yeah,
And I'm telling
yeah.
you,
There's different characters. There's multiple different stories that all
I'm
connect. I would
telling
say
you,
so.
I'm gonna my hot take here, but it's gonna be a long way. It's gonna be a long while to prove me wrong. Jessica Chastain's gonna be in a DC movie. She has history.
Oh,
With
good,
Muschietti.
and Karen Randolph can freak out about it.
No, she does have history of Muschietti. He's been in two
No.
Yeah,
of
she's
his.
been in
I
a
have no
movie.
problem with Jessica Chastain
Yeah, I
joining.
know.
In fact, like,
Well, Grace?
do it, because you know
Well,
what. I have I think people now are starting to realize I'm going on these now familiar rants about Grace
Grace is
Randolph.
losing
mhm.
it. Like,
Grace
Grace
is
is
actually losing it, legitimately.
You
Did you see what she
and
said about the trailer?
yeah, she's not impressed by it.
she's
And then
really-
never elaborates on it. I'm like,
No.
oh my god, I had to shut off the video when I heard that. I was like,
Yo,
I'm
then
not
she was
watching this.
kind of like doing this weird thing where she was kind of shaming fans by saying, "Guess what? All you people that loved it, you could have gotten more of this."
Yeah,
Oh
which
yeah,
was
she just blamed
dumb.
the
She's so
fans.
weird.
She's
She's
so
so weird.
I hate when she does that. Like,
She's the biggest flip flopper when it comes to DC. Remember, she was doing all these interviews with Zack Snyder. She was saying, "Oh, the Snyderverse could possibly continue." Like, it was like a month after the Snyder cut came out.
Yeah.
mhm.
Then, like, for like half of last year, she was like fighting with Snyder fans, saying, "Oh, it's gonna get erased." Then she was giving them false hope by saying, "Oh, Ben Affleck can return for more."
Oh, then she
Yeah.
blamed. She, you know what? She said in a tweet. Was it today or yesterday that the fans are the reason Hamada quit? Did you see
Did
that
she
tweet?
say that? I don't think.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh
she's
my
shaming
god.
them. She is
I
such a
the thing is, I don't understand why she can never be like, this is not. I don't like this personally, but like, it looks good. I could see why people like it, but she never is like that. She always has to. If she doesn't like something, she always has to find out like, oh well, it bombed, so obviously there's not a lot of people who like it. So if you like it, then you're in the minority. It's like, why
But
do you
here's the
do
thing.
that?
Okay, so the other night, like after like Max's like chill stream, me and Aaron were streaming, and we were like watching like with Kate, and we were watching a
Oh
montage
yeah.
of movies that bombed, that were poorly received, that Grace Randolph loved.
Yes.
Oh,
So
please wait. Was that on YouTube?
Yes, it's on YouTube.
like
Just send me the link. I
Morbius,
want to see that.
Charlie's Angels,
Ask Caden for it.
Thor. Wait, you know what?
Because I don't know what the
I
link
was
is.
watching
I think he
it
searched it. I
again
think he
this
searched
morning.
in the search engine. 'Cause I don't think he
What is
knew
it
that-
called? I want to see that
I don't
because
remember.
I
Hold
know
on,
there's
let
movies
me
that
find.
she liked that bombed.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing from it. Okay, anything Grace likes, like the opposite.
Yeah, she always has to be a contrarian when it
Yeah.
comes to things. It's really
No, like,
weird.
and in the clip, it is showing Grace Randolph crying over a Wonder Woman 1984. Like,
Yes.
Oh my god!
she cried over that movie.
Look at Aaron, just like she's like, oh my god, I can't.
Okay.
I never cried over a trailer. Okay.
No, it wasn't like
Or
a trailer. She cried
I
over
cried
the
over the
scene.
What
She
scene?
I
literally
cried over
got like
movies.
all emotional.
I've cried over movies before. I admit it. I'm not. afraid.
Sure,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I
But
think
I
I
want
found
to.
it. Let me. Yeah, this
Okay,
is the.
so send
okay.
it in the private chat. I want to see that.
Yeah, she's so.
She likes Morbius.
Yeah, she's like, I liked it, but like,
Yeah, and then she shits all over the people who don't like the movie.
Yeah.
It's so annoying when
Oh,
she does
was she
that.
the one bullying?
meanwhile,
Morbius?
she
Is
went.
that
She
what
want to
said?
give Peacemaker a chance. She crapped on the Suicide Squad and then got annoyed when people got annoyed at her opinion.
Yeah, well, I think she didn't cover Peacemaker because of the lies that she
And
said.
some people some Grace fans stance use excuse. Oh, you don't like her takes because you're misogynist. You ever heard that?
No. Yeah, I've heard that. She basically no. She's even said like in tweets like people don't like when I say stuff because I am a woman.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which
she
is
uses.
it's not even true.
I mean, we say it about Campia too. We don't say it about just her.
The difference is that like John Campia is at least funny.
And the thing is, Campia doesn't tweet
Well,
stupid stuff all the time. I mean, he
Well,
does
here's
well,
the
yeah,
thing.
he
Remember,
doesn't really. He says dumb stuff, right? But like, at least he kind of owns it. Grace
yeah.
Randolph will always like try to like throw shade at people because they don't like her opinion, and
but
it's dumb. It's really
remember
dumb and petty.
remember the time like she basically was like basically like supporting the conspiracy theory that there's an anti-DC agenda on
Yes.
Rotten Tomatoes and was
Yep.
trying to tie John Campia to it, even though Campia gave positive reviews to the theatrical cut of BVS and Man of Steel, and I
Yes.
think even the 2016 Suicide Squad.
Well, there's
Yeah.
always been this like I don't know if I believe this, but there's this theory that Grace likes to like mess around with like Marvel and DC. Like she likes to kind of like shit
I'll
on it
just tell you one
sometimes
thing.
and stuff because she got fired from both companies technically. So
Yeah. There's something about that. Here's the thing. Here's the thing with Grace and Campia. If I want to hear comic book stuff coming from wherever, it doesn't matter if it's movies, TV shows, or the comic books themselves. I think I'd rather listen to Campia's takes than hers.
yeah. Well, also I think she's better too because I
Yeah.
think she was trying to be a writer and it didn't work. So
Well,
now she ends up kind of shitting on like
if your
creative people for
idea
no
is
reason.
meth
No,
on,
wait.
if your idea is Superman on meth, yeah, you shouldn't be a writer. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
So wait
If
a
I-
minute, wait a minute. She sounds pretty similar to like Josiah Rises and
that's
Jesse
awesome.
Milestone.
Mm.
Because like weren't they bitter because they couldn't get into the industry?
Well, we have stupid ideas that they don't like.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm sorry. If somebody pitched me an idea for Superman be on meth, I'll be laughing in your face and be, please get out of my office.
Yeah, it's dumb. I don't even know why she said it like that. It was like
I would have security just throw you out. I'll be like,
a
Well,
Superman taking meth. That's the story. Like, who wants to read that?
what killed me on Saturday night was when she was basically laundry listing all these scoops that she claimed to have gotten right, or she's claiming she will get right.
yeah, you saw that.
Yeah.
I know you saw that. I'm like, oh my god.
I didn't see that one, but yeah, I heard that's what she was doing.
It's like
Well,
here's the thing.
didn't you
bragged
hear
about
that
how she was trending like top 10, or
She
her scoop?
did. She did all that just to trend. I'm sorry, but she did that just to
Yeah,
get the
she
trend.
did that. She likes to say so. That's another thing too. She definitely says things for clout. Like she knows that if she doesn't like something and it's popular and she says she
Yes.
doesn't like it, then she knows people on Twitter will like, clip her and then like talk about her and then you'll see it will get like 50,000 likes. Like, you know what I mean? Just from clipping her. So she knows what she's doing.
Oh yeah, Bob Burnett does. Yeah, Burnett does have more stuff. You could like our Robert Brian Burnett. You could tell there's some real bitterness with him sometimes. The way he looks, the way he is,
He looks like a grouchy old man.
Yeah,
Robert
like,
Myers.
Yeah, Robert Brian Burnett.
Sometimes I don't mind listening to him, but I don't. His takes are kind of.
Here's the thing.
weird.
Here's the thing that's funny about him. He's good friends with John Campia. Yeah, he likes to hang out with like Nerdrotic, Jeremy Griggs, all these people that shit on Campia.
No, his reasoning for hanging out with him is dumb.
Well, what's his reasoning? I never heard.
Their entertainment or all that, blah blah blah. Like,
okay, but here's the thing.
That's why you're not getting. That's why you're not working that much in Hollywood anymore.
That's just kind of dumb, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never understood why he hangs out. Another person I don't understand who hangs out with that crowd is Chris Gore. That's another person I don't understand.
Oh,
Chris Gore
Degrassi, yeah.
doesn't. Chris Gore is kind of all over the place sometimes.
Chris Gore is a
Like
hack.
sometimes they shit on him for having a different opinion than all the rest of them, which is weird.
Oh
And he
man.
just stays around.
He's always got that like dumb,
Oh,
goofy
wow.
look on his face.
The only time Gore I watched Gore was the Attack of the Show.
Yeah, when like Max like commented on Friday Night Tights because he was on Friday Night Tights.
If you watch his show, Chris Gore's show, and you watch him on Nerdrotic, it's very similar, but you could tell. Like I feel like he is being honest when he's on his show. Like sometimes he will like a movie that the rest of them are calling woke, but he's also still like, oh, this is woke. So I'm like confused. I'm like I was watching. Here's another group that is also part of that clique. The Midnight's Edge.
Yeah, I know. You
Oh
are.
my goodness.
Midnight's Edge is also very weird sometimes. Um, Again, they were on stream and I was listening, and Chris Gore was the only one saying that the Flash looked good, and the rest of them thought it looked like ass. So I was like, so why do you even go on if they're just gonna shit on you for having an opinion?
Digger say everything is woke. Okay, like it's.
Well, yeah,
That's him.
they always do.
If I had newsflash, I mean, at one point, entertainment's been woke for a long time. A long time.
Mhm.
I mean,
But-
let's be real here. Star Trek was always woke.
Actually, you
Star
know
Trek-
what? That's what. Okay, if we're speaking still on Chris Gore said that to the rest of them. He's been saying, oh, they've been doing this for 40 plus years now. This woke
Yeah.
stuff, and the rest of them were like, no, this is like fairly recent, and you know, and it's like, well, no, this is not fairly recent.
No.
So, yeah, he was right, and they still shat on him for it. So that's what I mean. I don't understand
You're
why he
idiots.
goes on, just because
You're
like a few things they agree with, but it's like not really. Like
Yeah,
some
I
of them
mean,
don't even watch movies.
I wonder, like if they're like true fans of these movies or they just like say it.
No, they're not,
Yes.
because we know at least one of them came out.
If
Eric July, he said that he stopped watching movies
Eric July,
since Black Widow.
the guy should shut up and stop admitting stuff like that. Because
No, but it's like
Well, no,
he's
no,
catching himself. He's catching him. He's outing himself like that as a fake.
well, he doesn't care, right?
Yeah,
The rest of them, though, they can't admit that. Well, they also can't admit that
yeah. Eric
they
July
watch
didn't
some of
lie.
this stuff too, right? But no, I feel like also too, it's either they're not watching this stuff, they're not interested, or they're semi watching it and like probably think it's okay,
Have-
but then they also have to spin it, right, for their channels.
you know. Well, here's the thing. I've kind of noticed like that sometimes like they have strong disagreements on stuff. Like I remember like
Yes.
Jeremy Griggs from Geeks and Gamers. Like he actually loved Avatar: The Way of Water, while Nerdrotic called it a snore fest. Like let's be real. Like, let's be real here. Like Jeremy Griggs has become like somewhat more positive about stuff than most of these clowns have,
Neurotic,
and that's a scary thought.
Neurotic is okay. Neurotic used to own a comic book store, so he has that. If you own a comic book store, you gotta know knowledgeable about comic books, and you know comic books for years since World War II, basically when comic books became really, really popular when they started out, right? Like. It's always been about always been a progressive kind of thing. Comic books,
They've been
right?
written by Jewish writers. Like,
yeah, it's always been comic books. Always been progressive kind of medium, right? So as a comic book owner of a store, I know he doesn't own it anymore. He should know that. To me,
well, they like to spin it though. That's the thing. If you listen to what they say, a lot of the times they like to say Stan Lee didn't intend something like the X-Men to be progressive, right? That was just sort of like BS that came afterwards. Like, so then he could kind of like market it. I mean, EVS has said this too.
The X-Men was
so I mean,
the X-Men is based on Jews.
I don't know if it's spin or if they believe that,
you know
but that's what they say.
With Nerdrotic, isn't that like giant Spider-Man that he has in his room, like Tom Holland's Spider-Man?
Yes, that's another thing too. They
And then like,
praised
and,
No
and
Way
meanwhile,
Home.
doesn't like isn't Tom Holland Spider-Man like the wokest like Spider-Man franchise because
Spider-Man.
it's like the most
Yes, it
diverse.
is. It's the
Because
most
like,
diverse and it
I
has
mean,
gender
You know
bending
what?
his
and
What
race
girlfriend's
swapping.
like black, like his best
Stan
friend's
Yeah.
Lee
like Asian.
in 1960s to teenagers, right? Teenagers, their lifestyle, they wanted something to relate to them, and that's what Spider-Man was.
Well, also, aren't the Ant-Man reviews going to come out at midnight?
Uh,
Uh, I have no
You
idea.
might see
I heard it
Grace's
gets
review come
mixed.
out.
I heard it gets. From some people say it's mixed.
I think it's
It's
going to
not.
get a 70 below. That's my
Well, that's
prediction.
not good. That's not good for a Phase 5 start. I mean, it's not terrible, but like, well, whatever.
That's what I've been hearing some stuff. I
Unless
think it's
like
going to get
people
70 below.
are at least like unless like people are torn about like the serious direction the franchise looks like it's going in. Because
Well,
people are so
I
used
don't
to
think
there
that's
is
the
a little.
case. I don't
There is
think
some.
that's going to be the problem.
There is some concern with Marvel right now, not with Ant-Man, but the stuff going the Disney Plus shows because some people said I thought I thought some people said confirmed. I thought people confirmed that Secret Invasion was going to get something like an announcement.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Where
never.
they-
I don't. It makes me wonder if that show is going to come out later than we expect. Maybe it might come out at the mid-April.
Yeah. So, yeah, yeah.
Or it might come out at the ending of The Mandalorian.
Mandalorian.
Because how many episodes is Mandalorian? Is it going to
8, I
be?
believe. 8.
If it's 8, then maybe it might come after Guardians.
May.
Then
Yeah, May, because Guardians is May, so maybe May.
Yeah, because I never got their decision to have Obi-Wan and like Miss Marvel like out at the same time last year.
They did do Miss Marvel and Obi-Wan. Yeah.
That was a
Well,
weird decision.
I could see why they did that because Miss Marvel really isn't supposed to be marketed toward everybody. Well, Obi-Wan was.
Secret
Like,
Invasions can be a
I
little
still
bit more.
couldn't watch Miss Marvel because I still think it's like a Disney Channel show.
Yeah, see, like like it's more. Miss Marvel was a little bit more kid friendly, where Secret Invasion would
Yeah.
probably be a little bit more. Maybe it was fun with some comedy stuff, but it's gonna be a little bit more adult. And I mean, not really adult, but it's gonna be more like.
I think there's more crossover with Mandalorian and Secret
Yeah.
Invasion than Miss Marvel and Obi-Wan.
It's just weird because it's like you would
Yes,
think like if it
Degrassi.
was coming out in the spring, like we would have gotten another trailer by now, because spring is coming around the corner.
Yeah. Yeah, like there's something going on with Disney.
Yeah, there was another trailer that they didn't show for whatever reason was the Marvels.
Yeah.
They said that there was going to get a TV spot.
And it's not just a Marvel thing, guys. This is the other Disney stuff too. Elemental, Little Mermaid. This is overall
Mhm.
Disney kind of thing. There's something going on with Disney. Maybe that's why they got Bob Iger involved.
Yeah,
Back.
like it's like like clearly
Something's going to get moved.
Something
Yeah.
happened with like because like
I think
Secret Invasion? I'm not
the
sure.
Pixar movie that has to move. That's definitely going to move. That it doesn't make sense to keep that in June. It's like too close to Indiana Jones.
Too close to Indiana Jones.
It's also
competing.
it's competing against so many movies.
Yeah, I feel like that one is going to be the one that dies.
I'm not sure.
And
how
look,
many
and look.
episodes.
Here's the thing. I don't think Across the Spider-Verse
6 episodes of Degrassi.
I don't think Across the Spider-Verse is going to make a ton of money. I feel like that's probably going to be the more hyped up animated movie that month.
Yeah, possibly.
So like, and especially because if you look at what happened last year, Lightyear bombed.
Yes.
So like, you don't want another like Pixar
Toy Story
bomb
5
as you're trying to get Pixar movies back into theaters after complaining about the last few Pixar movies being only Disney Plus exclusive.
Yeah, I think that movie needs to either be pushed to July. I don't even know when the last time there's a Pixar movie in July.
June is
or if there was
stacked
one.
right now. I mean, it's like the Flash is not moving. Actually, in fact, the Flash moved up a week.
Yeah, the Flash is not moving.
No,
Flash
definitely not
and
moving.
Indiana Jones, I think, are going to be staying where they are.
And I think the Transformers movie is the same month. I'm like,
Yeah.
You got that. You got like Across the Spider-Verse. You got like 4 movies from like franchises
every week.
You got the whole summer, man. You got July and August. I mean, like, come on, like you got those 2 months.
Well, August is usually a dead month because some people go back to school.
Well, I mean,
So
like
they don't
the
put
most
movies
the
there.
only only time something comes out in August is like that first week in August.
Yeah,
like
because that's like the
Galaxy,
last
the
song.
first one.
Well, Blue Beetles
Yeah,
come out
yeah.
September, August,
August, mid-August.
I don't know. I'm worried that's gonna be one that
Yeah, I
like they're
heard
just
about
feeding
this.
they're feeding to the wolves.
Yeah, yeah. There's. I think we're all agreeing. There's something going on with Disney. It's not Disney's not about oil machine like people think it is. I mean, no movie studio.
Well, they're trying to like get back on course. That's why they announced all those sequels because
Yeah,
they realize that their animation division is doing really bad.
it,
So they're
it feels
like,
like
well, we need sequels.
it feels like Chapek, wherever they really hurt the brand of Disney when he was the
I don't know
CEO.
if he hurt the brand of Disney.
But he did not get a
I
good.
think
There was
whoever, regardless of whoever was going to be in charge, I think Disney. There's a lot of problems because of the pandemic and
the pandemic really hurt Disney.
their movies and stuff and how it conflicts with Disney Plus. I think that's the problem.
Oh yeah, because they launched that. Well, they launched that platform a few months before the pandemic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, they're supposed to be in the clear by next year.
Yeah.
Right? That's what they said.
And
so who knows if that's still the case.
And Disney Plus has so much great content now. It's just that people don't watch Disney Plus for the other content. They watch it mostly for the news.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unless it's like something from my childhood, like I kind of use Disney Plus to watch either like the animated movies I don't have on DVD,
Mm-hmm.
or the other movies I don't have on DVD, or like the Marvel and Star Wars shows.
Mm-hmm. I mean, well, here in Canada, you guys would probably like Disney Plus more because we have adult content here.
Yeah,
we have Star. Yeah, so we get effects and Hulu stuff and Fox content. Anything that's
See, that's kind of why, like, I feel like I kind of use HBO Max more because I feel like HBO Max has more variety. Like you have like the R-rated stuff, you have like the stuff from my childhood. Like you got like a variety of things where it's like one night I might want to watch an R-rated movie, or like one night I might want to watch something that I watched as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the thing is that there's all like while I can rewatch like most of the Star Wars shows, it's like there's only like a few like MCU shows that I will go back and rewatch.
Yeah, I couldn't rewatch any of the MCU shows.
Same.
To be honest,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I really don't rewatch the MCU movies, even though I like them. Well, most of them I like, but I don't really go back and watch them over and over.
I rewatch the ones that I like the most. Yeah, like
I do it for all
Guardians.
the movies, though. I kind of do that for almost every single movie. I don't.
I've seen Guardians of the Galaxy probably like 10 times. I've seen it so many times.
I probably watched Winter Soldier and like the first Iron Man.
If it's on TV,
if it's out of any MCU movie,
if it's on TV, I'll watch it. But otherwise, I really don't stream over and over.
Yeah, the Skeleton Crew is supposed to be this year.
Is it Ahsoka supposed to be this year also?
I think so. Because I mean that was shooting before Skeleton Crew, and they said Skeleton Crew.
Yeah.
Finished wrapping.
Even though I think the Star Wars shows have gone smoother than the Marvel shows, I still don't even know like when we're getting these like Star Wars shows. So it's like it's clearly a Disney problem. It's not even like a Marvel problem.
And these Disney movies Disney makes for a streaming service is terrible.
I mean, here's the thing: like they still haven't even like announced when the next Star Wars movie is going to be.
They're going to announce that pretty soon.
They're because it's like I feel it's close.
I wouldn't be surprised within the next month they announce it.
Like personally, I think Star Wars is doing fine with its shows and doesn't really need a movie. But it's like like eventually they're gonna want to do a movie.
Well, yeah, it's gonna be at least 4 or 5 years after Rise of Skywalker, right? It's 4 years, right? Right?
Can I just say this? If Ryan Johnson actually does get another Star Wars movie,
Uh,
I feel like I got bragging rights to Max because he claims that like Ryan Johnson will never direct another Star Wars movie.
hey, if he's gonna start getting 100K views again.
Yes, yes. Listen. He's not a James Gunn hater. I will defend him on that. But clearly, the Gunn videos ain't getting him the views.
No, because look, DC is big, but I'm sorry, but the Star Wars fandom is actually bigger in DC right now.
Like, let's be real here. Like, hating on Kathleen Kennedy is still more popular than hating on like Zaslav or James Gunn or Walter Hamada or whoever the bad guy of the week is for DC fans.
Oh my god.
That's
The bad-
basically it. Like, here's the thing: Star Wars fandom at least agrees on who the bad guy is. Their main antagonist is. Well, it's like DC fans don't know who their antagonist is.
Mm.
It's like that. That's kind of like the fandom in general, and it's like they don't even. It's like they can't even unite. Like Star Wars fans can at least like unite better against stuff. Where DC fans like some of the Snyder fans like they arguing about like how to spell in their hashtags. You're gonna get exiled.
I know.
Like,
You see rules for rules.
Yeah,
there's
it's
rules now.
They're so nuts.
stupid.
I mean, crazy man. They're Star Wars fans that hate it, they defend the menace. Okay, we don't agree with their viewpoint, stuff like that, and we could call them bigots or racist, whatever you want to call them. But I don't feel like they're the type of people that would stalk or harm anyone. I feel like Snyder fans would do that.
Like here's the thing.
Yeah.
Like
They're unhinged.
Yeah.
like here's the thing. Like I don't know. Like I made this joke before. Like I can literally see some of them with like the Snyderverse costumes on, like forcing an insurrection.
They're gonna force
Yeah,
you
you
to
know,
Brian's house.
I really could see like if this hashtag fails, like their next thing would be to organize outside of like WB Studios.
Or Gun's house.
Oh my gosh.
And that would require doxing. So, I mean, I would hope not.
Yeah, that's like that would like literally that's where like arrests are gonna start getting
I mean,
made.
it's not hard to find them where they live. No way. I mean, they do tours.
I don't think. Well, some celebrities do that. Not everybody.
I know.
But it's like literally like I think people think we over exaggerate when we say like some of these Snyder fans are worse than like people in the Phantom Menace. It's like no, like here's the thing. Like I think some people in the Phantom Menace just like to troll. Like
Yeah.
I don't even think they really honestly believe the things that they say. Where like
Yeah,
Maybe
tomorrow's
now.
their big day.
they
Yeah, tomorrow's
really
their day.
believe.
Actually, today is their day because it is the 14th. Happy
Yeah,
Oh
Valentine's
yeah,
midnight.
today's the 14th. Yeah.
It's midnight.
Oh
It's
my
after
god.
midnight. Oh my gosh. Like I don't know. I saw one of
What?
them. I saw one of them basically say like apparently like screw Valentine's Day. I haven't had a date
What?
in like years.
I mean, I can believe YTD, but Feige?
Feige being out. What do you mean? Elaborate on
gone?
that.
Like let go or demoted or stuff like that. You
See,
mean like,
here's
this sounds
the
like
thing.
let go.
Unless
I can believe
they
YTD.
find-
I can believe YTD for sure.
Oh, or is he talking about Star Wars?
Oh,
He might be talking about Star Wars, not
Yeah, I
Marvel.
think
okay.
Taika's
Yeah,
gonna
Because-
be after Star Wars.
Oh yeah, because we were talking about Star Wars. Yeah, I mean,
Here's the thing.
I'm
This
sorry,
is the
the guy-
problem that Lucasfilm has. They pick the directors
Patty
that
Jenkins
seem
can come back.
appealing, but then as soon as they hire them, all of a sudden they have like a step back. Like look at Patty Jenkins. She got hired like a few weeks before Wonder Woman 1984 came out. Then it came out and nothing happened with her project.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah, I mean,
Taika,
well,
the same
any-
thing's happening with Taika.
Well, no, I think every single Star. You know, there's been like 7 movies announced, right? I don't
Yeah.
think any of them are happening.
Yo, they're worse than DC, I think, when it comes to announcing stuff.
What are you getting, George? I hear you're picking up something.
Oh no, I'm just moving wires. Sorry.
Oh, Because you were like
I
the
think
first
I
was
think
this.
they announce movies and to see, but I think the real intention was like they want to see what people can come up with and then just take the idea and then give it to somebody else and that they know it could get made. Because like a Taika Waititi Star Wars movie and Kevin Feige Star Wars movie, that sounded unrealistic.
Taika
Like how
Waititi.
are they going to have the time to make that when they have so many other projects they're working on?
What's Taika doing? I don't think he's doing another. I think he's done
No, he's
Marvel.
working on some other movies. I mean, he's producing shows and movies too.
Yeah,
So I
he's
mean,
doing
like
this. He's doing that HBO show, the
for him
second
to
season.
basically start a new trilogy for Star Wars, I don't know. That seems like a big undertaking. Like
Yeah,
this isn't like Marvel.
I think
Mm-mm.
he's definitely done with Marvel, and also like Chris Hemsworth has made it clear that he wants to go back to Thor's more traditional roots.
Well, I mean, I don't know yet if he's done with Marvel, but I believe he's not going to make the Star Wars movie. It just doesn't make sense. I could see him maybe potentially staying for Marvel just because,
He's
I mean, Thor: Love and Thunder did get bad reviews. Well, it got
but made
mixed
money.
reviews, but it made money. Yeah, so I don't see a reason to kick him out other than he
But it
doesn't want to
didn't make
make
as
it.
much money as I think the studio would have wanted.
Did it though? I mean, I don't know. They never really came out and said. I mean, it made more than Thor Ragnarok,
Oh, it did.
not
Yes,
by a
it did.
lot, but it did. So
It
again, I
did
don't
come
really
out.
see the problem with that. Like the only two movies that probably should have made more, in my opinion, was Doctor Strange and Black Panther. Not Thor. Thor did okay.
But Thor is more popular than those two characters. Well, maybe not Black Panther, but
Not Black Panther, and definitely not Doctor Strange under those circumstances.
yeah. But only reason Doctor Strange was popular and got more money is because let's be honest.
Because of No Way Home.
Yeah, and you want to
Yeah.
see the cameos, like the
Yeah,
cameos.
like let's be real here.
It
Like,
wasn't
well,
a
here's the
bad
thing:
movie either. It's
the
just
only cameo that they kind of revealed in the trailers was Professor X.
yeah,
So
it
it's like
wasn't.
when you
Yeah,
hear
that's
Patrick
it.
Stewart as Professor X, it's like, oh, okay, we gotta go see this now.
I don't
That's
even think Professor X is that big of a character to bring people to the theaters, to be honest.
I think it was a Fantastic Four stuff. I think it was Reed Richards.
Even Fantastic Four, I still think those are not big characters. I think it should have been Wolverine. If you're gonna do a Fantastic Four related character, maybe Doctor Doom. I don't know, but like to basically
Uh,
sell a Doctor Strange and multiverse movie
people are
on
gonna be
Reed
people are gonna
Richards
be people are gonna be
and
vastly disappointed when we won't get Doctor Doom in this saga.
yeah, I mean I could definitely see that, but I don't know. I think Doctor Strange people
Or is a
expected
variant of Doctor
more.
Doom, or Kang, or is a Doom variant of Doctor Doom, which I don't like the idea of. I better sub the actual Doctor Doom, Victor Von Doom.
No, I don't think they'll do that. That sounds like a terrible idea.
Yeah,
I
a
hope they
Kang
don't do
variant of
that.
Doom.
No, you
Yeah,
can
I
do
know.
Kang. You can do the Beyonder
Yeah,
uh Kang variant. I don't mind that. That sounds like an interesting idea, but not Doctor Doom. No.
you know what you do if there's doing this multiverse thing. Have Fantastic Four, have Doctor Doom end up in the main 616 universe, and Fantastic Four follow him there or something. I don't know. I don't
Hmm.
know. There's a way. Like Doctor Doom, he becomes really OP in the comics and stuff.
Yeah, you would have to build up to that. I really can't see them
Yeah,
like in Fantastic Four putting him in and then saying, "Oh, he's the next villain for the Avengers." It's like, no, I think you need to set him up a little bit more than just one movie.
exactly. Degrassi. There's plenty of Kangs. No need for the Doom to be one. It's absolutely
Yeah.
that'd be a waste. That'd be a worse. I'm okay. The Fan Four Stick movie was terrible. That Doctor Doom was terrible, but this would be worse than that if they made him a Kang variant. I'm just my opinion.
I can't see that happening. That
No,
doesn't make
Yeah,
any sense.
I would rage if that happens. Like no, that'd be one of the biggest mistakes the MCU would ever make, ever. If they did that. No, it's a big no.
Well, they might have made a mistake by putting Kang in Ant-Man.
You think so?
Possibly. I think they should have picked a better movie for it than Ant-Man.
You think? Yeah. The only way to defeat Kang is make him become Baby Kang from Lego Batman. I know Lego Marvel's heroes. Baby Kang. That's how you defeat Kang.
Mm,
Oh my
Baby
goodness.
King.
Baby Kang. I'll show you Baby Kang. I'm sorry. But yeah,
Wait, can you check if the reviews are out?
I'm checking right now. Let's see. No, oh, hold on. I'm gonna click on it. No, there's no reviews for the movie
Oh,
yet.
okay.
I'm not, as long as they don't spoil anything.
Oh, you know Grace Randolph. She'll probably spoil it.
She's an yeah.
Because I heard that whenever this movie comes out, Twitter is gonna be like a gold mine for memes. That's what I heard. Because MODOK is so fucking bad in this movie, it's not even a joke.
Like character
Like
he looks
character wise, CGI wise, everything
let's
about it. It's not
let's
good.
be real
so
here.
are you saying that the hype for this movie was really really overhyped?
I think that what I think is the trailers sold
Misled?
this movie. Yeah,
Okay.
like I think they made it seem like it was an actual good movie, but it's more like an Ant-Man movie with higher stakes and bigger ties. That's what it seems like.
Yeah, because
I also think they massacred the Casey Lang. Casey Lang has a bad arc. Yeah, yeah, she has a
Oh,
bad
that's what
arc.
Degrassi told me. Degrassi told me. Well, Degrassi told me the actress was the worst.
I don't know about the actress. I just know about the character, and the character doesn't make sense
Cassie, like
from
she
what
was
we've seen.
okay. He can't.
I mean, with
He can't.
MODOK, let's be real here. Like Darren Cross was not that good of a villain in the first film.
Yellow
Yeah.
Jacket.
And I like the first Ant-Man movie, but let's be real here. That villain was basically like a junior varsity Obadiah Stane.
And in Ant-Man and the Wasp, Ghost is not technically the villain. I mean, Ghost is a villain, but she's not really the villain. The Walter Goggins character is.
Ghost was another waste of a villain. It didn't make sense.
Yeah, and the Walter Goggins character is kind of a joke too.
Yeah, that was another waste of an actor.
Yeah.
I personally don't really like the Ant-Man movies. I especially don't like. I mean, I don't like both of them, but like the second one to me was like, I don't know why they even bothered making that movie.
I know Degrassi, you really hated the actress for Cassie, huh? I know you did. He really whipped on the actress, like she said. He said it was a terrible actress or the terrible Catherine Newton.
I don't. I don't know. I mean, I'm still gonna see the movie and judge it for myself. But
I'm seeing it Thursday.
I'm seeing
yeah,
it
I'll probably
Saturday.
see it Thursday.
Just wow, the grass.
Yeah, this is what
That's
he
how you really
said.
feel.
Oh, yeah.
Also, why would they even bother saying there's gonna be an Ant-Man 4? Like, what could you even do in an Ant-Man 4 after this movie? Because, like, I wouldn't mind seeing Eric O'Grady, but, like, Eric O'Grady is definitely not the same stakes as Kang and MODOK. So it's like, you can't really go back to that.
No.
Yeah, no. It's like, you like no matter how good or bad this movie turns out to be, like you basically said, like this film is gonna be like high stakes. Like you basically like you're No, but it's
but
like
this one more
like
so.
that.
I know,
but because like Kang is in it, it's like it would be like, let's just say like it would be like if you introduce Thanos in like Iron Man 3 or like Thor Ragnarok. It's like, where do you go after that with your franchise?
No, I don't think they have anywhere to go. I think they should just end it. I mean, like Yeah, go, sorry.
you like, unless like you make like a new set of films with like Cassie Lang as like the main, which I don't think that'd be a good idea
No.
because I'm not sold on this actress yet playing this character. I got to see the film to like make that choice. But so far from what I've seen, she might be the weakest. She'll probably be the weakest performance of the film.
Mm-hmm.
Like, unless you go in that direction, there's really no sense in continuing with the Ant-Man franchise. Like, it makes more sense to continue with Spider-Man because you can tell so many different stories.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, it makes sense to continue with like it would have made it makes more sense to continue with like, you know, Captain America with like Sam Wilson. But it's like it just doesn't make sense to continue with the Ant-Man franchise after this.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. I wonder how it's gonna do though. That's like because I don't really see a lot of buzz for this movie. I don't really see a lot of people talking about it. To be honest, I don't really think people care.
No. Yeah. It's just Yeah, they're gonna need lots of Avengers, just Avengers. Yeah, you're not gonna see every hero from this phase fighting Kang. That's what I think. I
Yeah.
don't think.
Also,
Yeah.
did you see that they said that there's not going to be a Young Avengers like
Yeah,
project?
They did. They basically just so
And
like, what are you
remember
gonna
what
make?
did I say? Remember what I said? That's because the Young Avengers project is Kang Dynasty. They assemble in Kang Dynasty. That's still my theory. So why have a Young Avengers when it would dilute the Avengers brand?
who would lead the Young
They
Avengers?
are the Avengers. That's
Oh,
it. Yeah.
I mean, I think there's some hype for the movie. The problem is that the Ant-Man movies in general have not been been strong at the box office.
No.
Like, they've
Yeah.
never like had a strong showing at the box office. And here's the thing: they've come out in July's where there's really not that much competition.
mm-hmm.
Like
Mm,
That's true.
the most competition I think both Ant-Man movies have faced were Mission Impossible movies. And as great as
yeah.
that franchise is, they're not exactly known for making that much money at the box office themselves.
I'm surprised Infinity War didn't really help that man's box office.
But here's the thing:
Well,
Age of Ultron didn't help Ant-Man's either, and that made
well,
a ton
here's
of
the
money.
thing though. Like Ant-Man has no connection to those same two movies. So of course it wasn't going to make money.
I mean,
And here's
Ant
the
Man
thing:
does have a connection to Ultron, but
Civil
in the
War,
comic,
which
Yeah, but
also
they
made
didn't use
over $1
it.
billion
yeah.
and got great reviews, didn't even help Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah.
Because
Mm-hmm.
that was the only other movie at the time that Ant-Man appeared in, and not even that like generated enough buzz to get him. And I know that movie was like 2 years 2 years before Ant-Man and the Wasp came out, but
Yeah.
still.
No, yeah, no, it's a fair point. I think the Ant-Man movies are just really like generic. Like they don't have interesting premises. They're not really like a must see right away. And to be honest, they're not really good movies. Like they're just okay. That's why I don't like them. They're just like a waste of time, in my opinion. Like I wish Edgar Wright just made the first Ant-Man movie because it would have been 10 times better. No matter if it was like small scale, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
people probably would have gone out to see that movie over what we got because then it was like, oh well, it's Edgar Wright. He's already been an established director who has a specific style, and now you're applying it to a really weird character. If you just have the weird character, and it's not gonna entirely work because Ant Man doesn't have runs. There's not like a famous Ant Man story. And the one connection, the one interesting aspect of Ant Man, they gave it to Tony Stark. So now, like, what's the point of Ant Man? You just
The
have
thing
Scott
is
Lang.
Yeah.
like,
That's it.
has Ant-Man really, like, outside of like Yellow Jacket, really faced any of his rogue gallery in these movies?
No.
Well,
Well,
Like,
Yellow
that's the
Coulson,
other
Jacket's
Tony
not
thing.
Stark
even a
villain
villain.
too.
They're
Yellow
relying
Jacket's not a villain.
they're relying on like other villains to like for these movies.
Well, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I mean
Like,
they have to because Ant Man doesn't have a lot of villains. Like this is the one character who's a supporting character who like occasionally would get his own run, but it wouldn't last long. Like that's the character they gave a movie to. So it's not surprising that they had to steal villains for him. Like they gave him all
Yeah.
these Iron Man villains. And yeah, Yellow Jacket wasn't even a villain. Yellow Jacket was Hank Pym. So,
Mm-hmm.
like they're already grasping at straws.
But also here's the thing, like once that like they still moved forward with the project like right away, despite like Edgar Wright like leaving. They didn't even say, okay,
Mhm.
let's give this time to like actually like they didn't even like they literally just they did rush the project because like he left like a year before that movie was supposed to come out. Like
And they kept his casting.
that's how close he was to making the project. So it's like they could have so like they didn't really think to like, delay the movie.
No, yeah.
I mean, I get it,
And
you want to get two MCU movies out the same year, but it's like you either like delay the movie later in 2015 or you delay the movie to 2016.
mm, and then at that point you couldn't because Civil War has to come out.
But it's like you still could have probably had Ant-Man come out like in February or March, like a few months before Civil War, or just post or move Civil War to like June or July.
Hmm. But another thing. Oh, I think I forgot it. Damn it. What was? Oh man, what were you saying before? Because I wanted to say something about that before you made that point about the moving release dates.
Well, like the fact that like they bit like Edgar Wright left the project like a year like before the movie came out.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Because they said the reason why he left was because he didn't want it to have the MCU connections. But the thing is, Ant Man only has one MCU connection, which was Falcon.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the thing is, it's not even that big of a deal. I mean, I understand like Ant Man needs to know Falcon in order to know Cap and be on his team for Civil War, but like they didn't actually need that. Like you could have easily understood that they hired Ant Man in Civil War without the Falcon cameo.
You
So
could have
so
had
he
like
could
a
have. Yeah, go. Sorry.
you could have had like a mid-credit scene where like kind of similar to what you had in phase one where like someone knows who Ant-Man is, like one of the Avengers
Yeah.
confronts him in a mid-credit scene. And
Yeah.
that could have been like the setup to like Civil War. You could have had like Sam Wilson or like, even like Clint Barton like encounter him and be like, we're gonna need your help.
Yeah, something. Yeah, like I still think Edgar Wright could have made the movie. Like I'm really not sold on what they said. Like I think that was just like a cover for something. Like maybe it was he wanted the movie not to be in the MCU. I don't know, but I mean at that point he had to have known, right? Like it's not like he was making this movie in 2008. He was making it in 2014.
Well, here's the thing.
Like,
I think he was tied to the project before the MCU became a thing, but even when it became a thing, he stayed on. But that's the killer. Like he was like this project, like he was moving forward with this project right as phase two was like underway.
mhm.
Oh yeah.
So it's like he like 2014, like 2014 was the year like Winter Soldier and Guardians of the Galaxy came out. So you're
Well,
already halfway done with
well,
phase two.
this is another thing too, right? This is why I'm not sure if I believe that he went to San Diego Comic Con with a like test shot. Remember the test shot and it leaked, and it was like Ant Man beating up this dude in the hallway to get to the elevator, and it's
Yeah.
probably like the coolest thing from Ant Man, and we didn't even get that in the movie. And so he showed that at Marvel's panel. So that's another thing I don't understand. It's like he obviously knew that this movie was connected to the MCU. Why wouldn't like if you didn't, then why did
They're
you
gonna
advertise it at their
they're gonna,
panel?
they're gonna combine some variants of Kang into one. They're not gonna have like 20 different Kang variants.
No, I think they're gonna have like maybe like four,
Yeah,
maybe even five.
yeah. Like they're not, and I do think I agree with you, Degrassi. I think they're gonna have separate teams take on different variants. They kind of did this in the Arrowverse. The first season of uh, Leg- uh, Legends of Tomorrow with Vandal Savage. They had
Mhm.
separate members of the Legends when the different timelines when Vandal of when where Vandal Savage was trying to do whatever scheme he was doing. They fought three different versions of Vandal Savage. So they went to this timeline with Vandal Savage, and they went to this other timeline with Vandal Savage, and they went to this other timeline with Vandal Savage to defeat him. So I guess they're going to try to go back in time, because Rama-Tusk could take during Egyptian time, right? During Egyptian time, obviously. And yeah, they're probably going to have a separate teams go back in time or in the future or whatever to defeat Kang variants. But there has to be like that one big. There has to be the actual Kang. Where they.
Well, this is another thing too. Why would they? I mean, I like the idea of having Kang show up in another movie as a villain, but like, wouldn't the audience also think like that might be too repetitive, right? Like, okay, you've seen him in Ant-Man, and now he's supposed to be the Avengers villain, but like, is it gonna be that interesting for people when they see the Avengers movie because they already seen it in Ant-Man? Right? Like, it's not like this big surprise, like, oh, he's the villain, like, oh my God, like in the trailer. Like, people know what to expect now. And that might have like kind of ruined the surprise. I don't know if that makes sense, but
Yeah, I know it's off topic, but I just saw on Twitter apparently Velma's season 2 is in the works. Good lord.
Yeah, I know.
And here's the thing. Apparently, we just found out that apparently like a Scooby-Doo movie with the Hex Girls got canceled.
Yeah.
Like here's like, oh my goodness, like it canceled like 2 Scooby-Doo movies. We're gonna keep working on Velma. So stupid.
I saw the whole thing of Velma. It is bad for sure. I mean, you could kind of see where they could have made it good, but the writers don't know anything about Scooby-Doo. That's the thing. If it was just like a dark mystery with like comedic elements, I think it would have been fine. And also too, like Velma's such a narcissist as a character. Oh my God. One of the most annoying characters like of recent memory.
Velma?
Yeah, Velma. Yeah.
I know I didn't let you on because you didn't come on. What was your thoughts on Last of Us episode 5?
Oh, 5. Yeah, it was a pretty good episode. I didn't like Kathleen. I thought that was like the one new addition that I really couldn't care for. I mean, like, I understand why she was in the story, and she kind of helped elevate Henry and Sam's story, but I think her as a character it didn't really click with me. Like, it felt like a low rent Abby, but not as interesting or complex, and she was just a piece of shit all around, right? Like, she was literally meant to die. So it just felt like a waste spending time with her. And I think they could have done something different. Like, it should have been like we seen her resistant like right away fail, and that's why Joel gets jumped, is because like they're just like going ape shit and doing whatever they want now. And so she can't control what's going on, and so you actually see more chaos, because it does end up being like a failed coup at the ending. But I think it should have started off showing that it was failing, right? Like, and Perry was kind of like questioning her motives and stuff, because I mean, she wasn't supposed to be the leader, right? It was her brother. It's just that her brother died. So then also too, it would kind of tie back into Henry, and he would feel kind of guilty because he's the reason why this resistance failed, right? Just to show him more of that. And also too, I would take out that line where she's like, oh, all these kids are dying, and it just made her into a straight up villain. And it was like, you hear Neil Druckmann go, oh, well, I want to make villains that are like complex that you can relate to. And it's like, you couldn't relate to that villain at all. Like, when she said that, like, she deserved to die. So yeah, that's the only thing.
When she lied to those prisoners, and I'm like, yeah, there's no redeeming her. You can't feel sorry for her. I'm sorry.
Well, it wasn't even just that. What she said about the kids at the ending. Remember, she was like, oh, kids are dying all the time. Why does it matter if...
Why do you think my title said per justice at the end? Because as I felt like her death. I didn't feel sorry
like that was the only... Yeah, no one felt sorry for her. Everybody liked that she died.
Yeah.
But the one thing, this is from like a negative to a positive. This is like the first time I've watched an adaptation of a game, and I said I wish that was in the game because it was so much better. Like it was so crazy and hectic, where it was like it was kind of like the game in that situation, but the game the car just crashes and then a bunch of clickers come out and then you got to shoot them down. But if it was like an army, a horde of them, and you couldn't really see what was going on, that would have made the game much harder at that section. So I would have preferred that in the game.
I Man, what was that thing that did to rip the guy's head off? Was it bloater? What's it called?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Oh,
blower.
and
Oh
that's
my
a
gosh.
That
and
was
that's a
awesome.
funny thing too. Yeah, that was awesome because that's actually the death animation in the game.
Yeah,
You just don't get to see the whole thing
this
because it
show,
cuts to black.
this show is so damn good, man. I mean,
It is. It is.
like Netflix has some of a lot of game publishers, but I'm not confident in them because knowing Netflix reputation. I mean, they do have some good shows that are hits, like Stranger Things,
Mhm.
you know. I mean, they do have shows that hit, right? Ozark. So there's a chance they can hit, but Amazon, I think, has a better chance. See,
Mm.
I want Warner Bros. To tackle more video game
By the
adaptations.
way, Degrassi, the Riley scene is episode 7
Oh, so close to the season.
because it's supposed to line up exactly with what happened in the game. Where Joel, I mean, well, I won't say spoilers for people who didn't play the game. But if you played the game and you played the DLC,
you
then you
see,
know that the DLC takes place in a certain part of the game,
you see,
so it lines up. Yeah,
Bella Ramsey came out, you know, about people attacking Last of Us because of the
the stuff that
LGBTQ.
happens in the
Yeah.
second game. Yeah, that her comment
No.
was about the second game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because she says a trans character, right? And obviously she. This is the thing. This is why I wish she never
They
said
weren't.
that because
Abby is not the
Abby
Abby's
is not a trans character. It's
no.
Lev who's a trans character. Lev.
A-
Basically, Abby is the one helping Lev.
yeah,
And so, if a lot of people hate the Last of Us 2, they've never played the game, and so there's this assumption that Abby is the one who's
I think
trans.
I think one actresses. I don't know who she's playing, but in season one is an actual trans person.
Who was that? I don't even know.
I don't know the name. I don't know. It's somebody probably never heard of, and it's I don't know.
Yeah.
Eh,
So I just wish she never said that. It like if you're gonna say that, you might as well have said the character's name because now you're fueling the same problem that happened like
just
two
play the
years ago
game.
when the game released. Well, a lot of these people won't play the game because Joel died. Like they're obsessed with the
Oh,
character, so they're
I
like,
wonder
"Oh,
if
I'm not
Bella
gonna play it."
Ramsey. I wonder if Bella played the game. I
Yeah,
wonder if Pen.
the bloater and I don't know if I would say the bloater intro is better than the game,
I
but
wonder.
I would say that it's closer to The Last of Us 2's introduction to the bloater, which was
I wonder.
way better.
I wonder if Pedro Pascal played the games.
I think he said he did play a little of it, but he had to stop playing it because he said he was bad at it or something.
He was bad at it.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Just play on easy mode.
I guess, but you still, if you don't play games, you still might be bad at it.
He can do what Cappy does, or Grace do. Just watch the cutscenes.
Just watch the cutscene.
Oh
Oh,
my
man.
gosh, that's so bad.
I mean, look, they don't probably have time to play these games because there's a lot of hours involved, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's some games are a lot of games are like 40 hours, 30, 40 hours. Just you know.
Yeah, The Last of Us 2 is like 30 hours, so
Yeah.
it is a long game.
Eh. What
Yeah,
else is
the next episode is going to be about Tommy, and this is actually the first probably reference to The Last of Us 2 because Jackson or wherever the town that they go to, that didn't the way it looks like in the show is the way it looks like in the second game, not the first game. So yeah, it's almost identical. I think there's even like this little bar that you can see in the trailer that is literally from part 2.
I know. I
Spoilers.
know. He tells me about his wife. How his wife is not into the stuff that he's into. Like he's a he's a
Mhm.
Degrassi's a comic book guy like us. He loves comic books, and he loves the movies and all that stuff. But his wife is not into that stuff, except for Last of
Yeah.
Us.
Yeah, a lot of people like The Last of Us. The funny thing is, I think a lot of people probably wouldn't like the game because
Yeah,
the show is less violent compared to the game.
you know what? I think a lot of you know what the show doesn't treat itself as a video game. That's the thing that's making it good,
Mhm.
right? I think there's some. I think with adaptations like Last of Us have a deep story. Don't make it like a game. I mean, you could take some source from the games, but shoot it like a TV show, okay? Or shoot it like a movie.
Mhm.
Don't. But if you're like if you're making a game like Super Mario where the lore, where the story is not that deep, you can shoot it like a video game,
Mhm.
right? Like
Yeah, I mean the Super Mario Brothers movie that is probably gonna be more fan servicey. I
yeah,
mean, The Last of Us is fan servicey. Don't get me wrong, right? There's a lot of, like I said, if you played the games and there's like small details you will just pick up on, right? And the same thing seems like for Super Mario, right? Like if you're a fan of anything Super Mario, you're gonna spot like crazy amount of references. Like, do you see the new trailer that they put out?
mhm.
That whole thing is a reference
I
to
lo-
the 80s cartoon.
I loved it.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. Like, there's going to be so many Easter eggs. And I can imagine too Nintendo Easter eggs in the Super Mario
And it's
Brothers
gonna make a
movie.
lot of money. It's gonna make a lot of money. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, it's gonna make a lot of money.
Unlike what Grace Randolph thinks.
It's gonna. Well, it's gonna make over 500 million. Hey,
I
you
think
know
so. I
what?
think it has a chance. Yeah.
I don't know about billion, but I'm gonna say between 700 and 800. Like April, I don't know what else
Yeah.
is coming out in April
There's
besides that.
nothing else coming out in April.
So yeah, it has a good strong month. Like
And even after Guardians, I think it will still play pretty well.
yeah, Guardians is like the big thing in May, right? I don't know when the Barbie movie's coming out.
July.
July. Oh,
Mhm.
Barbie's gonna do great. I tell you, it's gonna do really well. I don't know.
I'm checking the dryers.
Yeah, that's what.
Oh, speaking of part two, I really, really hope they bring God damn, what's his name? Oh man, who's the guy who plays Gordon in the Batman?
Jeffrey
Uh,
Wright.
Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey Wright. Yes, I hope Jeffrey Wright is in part two because he voices a character in that game. So it's like, well, fuck, if you don't put him in the show, I'm gonna be pissed. Because I mean, his character's barely in the game, but they can flesh him out for the show because he's kind of interesting.
I did too think Degrassi. So we got some new
Yeah.
actors for the Penguin show. Randy Felice has been cast in Penguin. We also got Michael Kelly is cast in Penguin. Soen
Mm.
Agadasalu. I'm sorry, I'm botching that name. And Deidre O'Connell have been cast in Penguin. No information on the characters you're playing, but Penguin's filming this month. We're starting to shape up. We're gonna get to all these different families: the Falcones, the Maroonis. It's
Mm.
gonna be interesting. It's gonna be exciting. You know, gang wars, control of Gotham. Batman is gonna be like, "I'll be watching you, Penguin."
I
Paul,
hope Batman is like doesn't just show up in the ending.
you want to be like, not just have the ending scene. You want to be more like,
I
show
don't
up a
want
couple
him
times.
completely involved, obviously,
Mhm.
but like I think he should definitely have some sort of presence. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think it would make sense if he was like out doing something else.
Yeah, I think. Well, he's gonna be talked a lot about in the show, right? Obviously,
Hmm.
like he's gonna have a big. I guess I don't know if Bob Paris is in it, but he's gonna have a big presence overall because it's his universe. You can't have him without being mentioned a couple of times and him really affecting Gotham. All right, George. I'm gonna end it at 1 o'clock. If you want to balance it, go ahead. Plug your stuff, man. Magpie,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. You can find me at the George. I actually recently did a review on Ant-Man, and I did a stream on some Warner Brothers topics, including taking a bit of fun at what happened with this hashtag that's probably gonna happen today. Just like very bizarre. But yeah, no, you can just check me out at the George. And thanks for having me on, Aaron. It's always great talking to you and
Yeah.
Blinded Braille.
Anytime.
Yeah, nice talking to you too,
And
George.
enjoy the rest of your evening, guys. And have a great Valentine's Day if I don't talk to you
Yeah.
guys tomorrow.
Take care, man.
Yeah,
Have a
see
good
ya, man.
Valentine's Day to you.
See you.
Bye. Bye.
Yep.
Peace.
So we'll talk for 10 more minutes. I mean, it's 15 to 10 to 15 more minutes. End of one. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this Pig One show.
Same.
Sell
Sell
the
the
thing
thing
to
to the
play.
place. I'm gonna tweet that out. That's hilarious.
Hashtag Snyderverse. No, I'm kidding. Sell the Snyderverse of Justice.
Mm.
Oh my god.
You remember someone had the hashtag sell the Snyderverse to HBO?
Yes.
That was hilarious.
Just like the people are like, does he know?
Does he know? So stupid. Oh my god.
Does he know who owns HBO? Yeah.
He doesn't.
Any Degrassi, question for you, buddy. Who you think? Who did you say you think is gonna be in the Penguin or the Penguin show? You said Holiday Killer, maybe Alberto Falcone. I know Sophia's in it. Calendar Man. I don't know. Yes. So guys, I have a question for you. MCU, if they start to see cracks in the armor with Phase 5, because look, Phase 4, while I like some of this stuff, I say overall a success, but there are some things, and you could say about them didn't gel. But Phase 5 turns out to be one of those phases where it doesn't go in a positive direction. You think it'll change their plans? Do you think it will change how they go about Phase 6 and possibly 7, 8, and 9? Like their formula, their style? There's something that what worked for them may not be working. It may not work in the future. Kind of like where DC was.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think they would stop or change something if something didn't succeed.
It would have to be a domino effect, right?
Yeah, it would have to be a domino effect.
Yeah.
I really think that could happen eventually. Because, I mean, it kind of was happening, even though the last 3 movies made. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, they kind of are, but if you look at the numbers, it's kind of like, I'm sure they can make up some excuse for it. Because now I'm thinking, because before, remember, I was like, oh, I could see Ant-Man doing, like, decent. I think now, if the movie is just, like, I won't say, like, mediocre, but if it is, like, a 70 under on Rotten Tomatoes, I think it won't do all that well. I think it might even come closer to the first movie.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
That's not good. And if like DC has to start, but if the Flash is the better movie of the the Marvel movies, I mean we could pretty much see in a few years DC taking
over Marvel.
Yeah. If Legend of Tomorrow, not Legend, Superman Man of Tomorrow does good. The Batman 2 I'm not worried about, but like I'm talking more the DCU stuff. That Brave and the Bold, Authority, if that stuff is all positive and And the thing with DC is they're getting directors that are like really well known. Most directors from Marvel are smaller type, right? For DC, they're getting more the bigger type.
Hmm. Yeah,
You know,
Marvel can at this point Marvel will probably never get big directors.
no, I mean Sam Raimi was not supposed to do Doctor Strange.
No, yeah. And there's even like some discussion if Doctor Strange 3 gets fast tracked, he's not directing it.
Oh, really? Same with my theater. Yeah. I mean, Josh Whedon might be the biggest directors Marvel ever got.
Um no. I mean there was what's his name who did Thor.
Kenneth
He was
Branagh,
yeah, and
he was a big director.
Joe Johnston, right? He did Captain America, right?
You know, it's funny on. You know, it's funny. Early on in the first few phases, they got good directors, like the really well-known
Yeah,
directors. Since then, it's been smaller
new
directors.
upcoming ones.
Yeah,
I mean, some of them have worked, like Taika Waititi and James Gunn, and who
yeah,
else? Who
yeah.
else has
James,
kind of like spin off to done other
maybe it's
things?
because they want to have more control over them.
Yeah, I mean the Russo brothers, but the Russo brothers have kind of failed outside of Marvel, in my
Yes, they
opinion.
have. It feels like they got the smaller directors after phase one because they have more control. Because obviously, with bigger directors, you're gonna be like, no, no, I don't want this. I don't want this in it. And if I was, yeah, we need this in this. You know, that's probably what happened with Edgar Wright. Maybe that happened to Scott Derrickson.
Hmm.
Edgar Wright is other. And Patty, happened to Patty Jenkins too, man. Patty Jenkins not it was supposed to do Thor too. You know, sometimes you don't see
Yeah,
eye to eye, right?
yeah. I mean, well, they're under certain restrictions, right? Like they have to
Mhm.
work under Marvel. They don't have the creative freedom like on a normal movie, right? So,
I hope with DC for the DCU, this because if you're gonna create, I can understand why. Because in comics, it's like that too. When you're trying to create an event, each and you know with comics, right? Yeah, there's different there's different series going on, but
mhm.
when it's one big event, they always have those little descriptions and below that read this
Well,
on
like
this
the
issue.
editorial,
Yeah,
right?
editorial.
Marvel DC, they have editorial, right?
Yeah,
Where they would come in and say, we don't like this because it conflicts with something that already exists that we
yeah,
put out, right? So,
yeah. So that's what they do with the MCU.
yeah.
Basically, they do that in Marvel and DC with the comic book writers. So all that one big event makes sense, and that's what they do.
Yeah, the auteur filmmakers don't belong at Marvel. It doesn't make sense.
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm.
Degrassi's right. It'll probably never be like that. You know what I mean? I
Yeah, you're not
mean,
gonna see a Marshall Scorsese with Marvel.
it makes me wonder though if Marvel will ever become something like Pixar, where they only release a few amount of movies, or maybe even one movie, because I feel like the problem with Marvel, and this is something that I'm not even sure what Bob Iger was saying recently, because I'm not sure if you saw him say that they're gonna double down on Marvel,
Did
but
you
it
see
was
that?
like, yeah, he said that. He said we're
Everything
gonna
Marvel
double
or just the
down.
movie or the MCU?
He said we're gonna double down on Marvel, Star Wars, and I think he
Oh,
said something else. I don't remember if
he's
it was
tossing them
Pixar or
too much.
something. Well, I don't know what he meant by that because it's like, well, Marvel has already been doubled down. Like we're getting three shows, three movies a year. Like how
There's
much more can you
there's
do?
always 3 movies a year, right? It used to be 2 a year now.
Yeah.
You
So
get
so I mean, how much like what you're gonna put out four movies a year? You're gonna put out four TV shows? I mean, Nat, well, who was it? Was it Nat Moore who just said they're not gonna do straight to Disney Plus movies? So I don't know what he meant by
yeah,
that. That was a confusing
uh,
comment that he said.
probably a smart idea though. I don't think it's super.
You should not double down on Marvel. Marvel has you've doubled down on Marvel enough. You might end up killing the brand. Like, I mean, I don't even know. Like, I am a fan of Marvel, but like, if they said a Marvel movie was, we're gonna get five Marvel movies a year. What
Oh,
would you think about five
talk about
Marvel movies
overkill.
a year? Like, would you go see all five of them?
In 2021, it felt like we saw like 15 Marvel movies a year.
Yeah, there was a lot.
Yeah.
I'm curious, like, would fans and like people who regularly go to the movies and see Marvel movies, would they be okay with seeing five Marvel movies a year?
And maybe for younger fans, maybe.
Because that to me, that's what you would call double down.
I mean, right now there's supposed to be 4 DC movies this year.
Yeah. But imagine five.
Oh, I mean, watching Disney Plus shows feels like we're watching 6 or 7 or 8 movies, Marvel movies a year. It's
Well,
there.
like if hold on, like highlight Degrassi's comment where he's saying like more event driven movies because
They,
I feel like the problem with Marvel is that there's if you do event movies every single time, it's you're still going to cause some burnout because now everything is an event,
mm-hmm.
right? So if every movie's treated like an event and you release 4 to 3 movies a year, I don't know. I don't think that's going to fly with people. You could do that with 1 or 2 movies, but I don't think you could do that with 3 and 4 movies.
This is true though. Theaters are closing. I mean, and
Yeah. Well, I wonder too. I wonder if they're thinking about that. I mean, is Disney gonna sit there and be like, we're gonna buy out some theater chain? I mean,
yeah.
I don't know if they could do that, but I mean, they can't. They can't, right? Because of legal reasons.
I mean,
They had that
there's been
lawsuit, right?
and there's
In the
been
40s.
with Disney. There's been rumors of them about Hulu and ESPN. Like,
Yeah,
right?
I
As
can
you,
see them getting rid of Hulu.
yeah.
I can see, I don't know about yeah, ESPN, but
No, I wouldn't.
what was the point of them keeping? Well, the thing is, like, they should. It it would be really dumb for them to sell Hulu though, because then Disney Plus in the US, there's no adult content.
Mm-hmm.
So like, what people are just signing up for Marvel and Star Wars because like the rest of the studios aren't putting out massive shows or movies. Yeah, they can't do that because of the Paramount Act. Yeah, yeah, I just remember that. Yeah, in the 40s. Yeah. Oh,
It's
wait. Sorry, I misread it. Studios can now own movie theaters in the U.S. again since the Paramount Accords have been. Oh, but the thing is, I mean, like someone's gonna test that eventually. I wouldn't be surprised. The next 10 years, five
it's
years.
that's how you show us what these things are struggling.
Yeah, the movie theaters. I mean, the thing is, like, the movie theaters are and the studios, in my opinion, they're really stupid because they are stupid. Like, they didn't actually think long term. They just like, oh, the streaming is the future. Okay, but
Yeah,
now you just killed an entire industry slowly. So how are you going to bring back people to the theaters now? Now you're like realizing, oh, we can't just have Disney Plus. You know
yeah,
what I mean? It doesn't make sense. That's why they fired Bob Chapek because Bob Chapek probably didn't know what to do, and he was like, "Well, the writing's on the wall. Let's just double down on Disney Plus." That's what I think. That's why they probably got rid of him. They were like, "No, we can't do this because we're gonna cannibalize the company." And so they were like, "Oh fuck, we gotta get Bob Iger back." That's what I think was going on.
yeah.
It's
They thought Bob Iger
inevitable.
fix things.
Well, yeah, temporarily fix things. I
Yeah,
don't
for
think
2 years.
they're gonna work. It's gonna work.
And probably it might have to take longer than 2 years. You
It's
could
gonna
ruin
have
something
to.
in a
Yeah,
year or
you're
two.
right.
Yeah, you could ruin something very quickly, but to fix it, it would take probably longer. Like
And
Chase
this
Happy,
and this
nobody liked
whole
him.
thing with Marvel, well, yeah, now Netflix, but Netflix is not even like Netflix should have kept Glass Onion in theaters, right? But they didn't do
Yeah,
that. They probably will continue to do some
if
dumb shit like that again.
you're gonna
Compare
put
and
Rebel
now
Moon in theaters,
for a week, I can guarantee you it's gonna be a
two
week
hundred
again.
million film, and
Yeah, they should put that. I don't know if it'll do well in the theaters though, but they should put that movie out and just wait a month and then release it on Netflix.
mm-hmm.
They have to come up with something. They either have to have movies that just continue playing in the theaters like back in the old days, or they have to do something technology wise to impress people to bring them back. I mean,
Well,
people went out
Avatar's
to see
fun.
Avatar,
Yeah,
but you can't, and not every movie can be an Avatar unless they again start investing movies. I don't know, for the long term. That's a commitment. Who wants to make a movie that has been in development for 5+ years? That doesn't make sense.
I'm looking forward to this movie. Axel Foley.
Mm.
Yeah, we'll be fine. Don't worry. Everything will be
I
fine in
hope
10 years. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna be like in 10 years.
they need some serious like changes. The people who are running the studios now, at
It's-
least Disney and the ones with the streaming services, I don't think they're thinking things through.
Mm-mm.
They're chasing like quick money. They're not chasing long term and also preserving an industry, which I know they definitely don't care about that part. They just care about profit, but still.
Oh, they're not making profit.
Yeah. Fast channels, like ads and well then in my opinion, it's all gonna burst when that happens, Degrassi. I think that's all gonna like people are not gonna be that interested in streaming with ads.
No,
Like the whole reason of the appeal of streaming was to get away from cable.
I hate. I honestly, I hate YouTube. I don't have premium YouTube, so I have the ads. But I hate it when the
Mhm.
ads pop up. When you're watching a video or a stream, and I know people say, "Oh, you should buy YouTube Premium." I'm like, I'm not paying. I'm not paying that money for that.
I pay for YouTube Premium. I'm
I
on
know.
YouTube way too much, so
Oh,
I couldn't deal with the ads. I would be out listening to YouTube, so might as well pay for it.
hmm
Free ad supported streaming time. Mm.
oh yeah. See if there's any other news, or then we'll call it a night.
I don't know. Whenever they start changing it up and they start adding ads, I think that's where people are going to lose interest.
Yeah, it's
And they know that.
yeah.
Because I heard something like they're trying to put in ads in movies or shows. And like it's almost like they would use
I
CGI to kind of like track the ads so then they
yes.
can replace it over time with
Yeah.
new items, new products.
I just hate ads before a movie.
Yeah. Do you notice now they're like 30 minutes, like the
Yes.
commercials and trailers?
Yes. I'm like, what the? There's like 5 commercials before the trailers. So
Hmm.
there's 2 or 3 trailers, but it's the commercials. I'm like, God damn it! Like, I don't. How about this? How about this? Do it. Do the commercials before the actual starting time of the movie. Do it 5 minutes
Yeah.
before the time the movie starts, or something like that. Do it like that. Don't do it right at the time the movie starts. Do it before. You
Well,
know?
the trailer, that's the thing. It's like they need to have you watching it. They can't have it playing before you even come in, right?
Well, they shouldn't. Yeah, that's the point. But here's the thing: everybody hates it.
Everybody hates it. The people who make it hate it. They're making
Yeah.
it because of money. Yeah.
Oh my god, I can't stand it. When did they
Hmm.
start doing that?
I feel like it's been like this for maybe like 5 years now.
Yeah, because
A little bit
it was
more.
kind of yeah. I don't remember in the early 2000s or 2010 they did. I mean, like I think I started seeing it 2017, 2018. I'm like,
Mm. I would say maybe 2015, 14
yeah, like
to let's say. Yeah, like I wish we had that here because it's so annoying. Like
mhm.
it would say like 8:15 the movie starts and it's really
Oh,
like 8:30
John
the movie
Campbell rants
starting.
on this. John Campbell rants on it all the time when he gets a chance to.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Like, oh, I'm like, I only care about the trailers and then the movie. Okay, we don't care about the freaking ads. If I want to watch commercials, I'll just watch the TV.
Well, they also have trailers. They have like two different types of trailers. Like one
Yeah,
that the theater shows and then one that's attached to the movie.
yeah.
Because sometimes there's no trailers attached to
Well,
the movie, so they end up showing movies that are out.
yes, the ones that are attached to the movie are probably from the same studio.
Yeah,
Like, right? Yeah. Sometimes you get two or three trailers. I'd probably get three during Ant Man.
I get four. I go to
You get
Simplex and
four?
they show like four. Yeah,
So maybe that's a little too much.
it is.
Just
There's
don't
no
just
other
go.
movie theater now. Like all I have is Cineplex around me.
Oh, you can go to Magic Cinemas. I go there.
No,
It's
I used to
cheap,
go to
but
Imagine. I used
it's
to.
cheap.
The
It's
one that
cheap.
was near me, they closed.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah,
Yeah,
mine
and it
that's
was
near me
cheap.
almost closed, but it's still open.
Yeah,
Hey,
they
you could
closed for me.
just don't show me the Fast 10 trailer. I don't want to watch 4 minute trailer.
I haven't even seen it.
It's so damn long.
Oh my god. I know for Ant-Man there's gonna be some long ass trailers.
Yeah, it's. I just can't stand the trailer. The trailers,
I
man,
was
at the theaters. No, I don't
no,
even know
yeah,
if the
they
ads.
that at the Cineplex, man, they have the same stupid ads, the same car
Yes,
commercial, bank
same
commercial, goddamn
stuff.
Coca-Cola. Like, man, I don't want to see this garbage. It's so annoying. So annoying. Man, something needs to change. I'm telling you, the movie theaters, even like, what was that movie theater chain owned by Mark Cuban? I went to that
Oh,
movie theater, Landmark. Can't remember the name.
yeah.
That was like the best time I've ever went to the movies. It was so comfortable. Oh my God. They had recliners, these big
I'm
chairs. They're almost like beds.
thank God we don't have AMC here anymore because what they did with their
Oh yeah. Yeah. When did AMC close? Like, I want to say
years
that
ago.
was like almost like 15 years ago now.
Yeah, in Canada, yeah.
Because I remember there was this one big one I used to go to. It's crap. Everybody hated AMC here, I feel like.
It was there's one near Colossus.
Hmm.
Yeah, like wasn't that far off from Colossus. I've been to Colossus like once or twice for a movie. I've been to Silver
Mm.
City,
Yeah, Silver City. Yeah.
but I have no problem. I know Imagine is not exactly like Silver City, but it's still fun. You get a comfortable
I
seat.
prefer it to be honest. It's
Yeah,
just that sometimes like they don't maintain it very well, but they don't maintain it at the Cineplex either.
no, yeah,
Yeah, I told you that story when I went to Cineplex. We went to the AVX, so it's like bootleg IMAX, right? That's what I call
yeah,
it. It's a
yeah.
bigger screen, better surround sound. So what happened was the fly was on the projector.
Yes, you told me this. I don't know if the grassy knows, but yeah.
Yeah, and he was just like walking on the projector and he wouldn't leave. Everybody's freaking out. We're watching
Trying to fly.
Nope. Yeah, this giant fly on the screen is like he would not leave. Like someone was like shooing him and he wouldn't leave. He just kept walking. I was like,
That's a.
oh my God.
Oh my god.
I'm telling you, it was so and then he left and then he came back and you heard everybody groan. It was like, oh. And then when he finally left, they were all cheering and stuff because it was like finally, oh my god.
How long was it? Like how
I want to
long?
say like 5 minutes each.
Oh my god.
It was a long time. People were screaming. They had to go get the guy, and it was like by the time the guy came, then it left, and then he came back, and people. That's why people groaned. They were like, "Oh my god!" For the first time, the fly is not flying. He's just stagnant.
Chilling there.
Yeah. It's like, yo, and that's like a premium movie ticket. Like I couldn't imagine going to an IMAX screening and that happened. I'd be so pissed.
Oh my
Like
god.
they're like $20 for a
Yeah.
ticket. Compared to imagine, I feel like what that's like $10 for a normal night, or has it been increased?
And Imagine Cinemas, I think it's 14.
Oh, okay, because that's pretty much like the price of
Yeah.
a normal Cineplex.
Yeah, but Imagine Cinemas doesn't have Imagine Cinemas has normal, has senior, and has kids.
Yeah.
What's that? Did you ever snuck in food into theaters before?
Well, I do that all the time.
Yes, so do I.
I do that all the time. I only bring the ones where it doesn't make a lot of noise. Like I don't like bringing chips like that. That's annoying.
No.
But like food where it's like a hamburger, I'll bring a hamburger.
Yeah,
No
but
one's gonna take off
my
the
friend
wrapper, just eat a hamburger.
my friends once snuck in French fries.
Yeah, French fries, because the food is always expensive. Like the hot dog is expensive. The damn
I would never buy theater hot dog. Oh.
it it's sometimes they have poutine. The poutine doesn't taste good, man. Like it's annoying. It's
Theater
annoying.
theater food is like you don't really want to get.
No, but there was that one. They have the VIP
Yeah,
where you can like drink and eat food. I want to try that one time.
pocket full of tots.
Yeah.
I snuck in a can of Coke once, maybe. It was a can of something, right?
Hmm.
I snuck it in my mitten, in my glove.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. It's I think most of them don't even care, to be honest with you. If they work there, most of them don't care.
No, no, most of them don't care. It's like the manager who would come be like, "Oh, you can't bring this in." So,
Yeah, it's funny.
that's why you always got to have like a jacket or a bag if
Hmm.
you want to like eat food. Like one time we had Chipotle,
Yeah.
Chipotle burritos, so we had the containers because I didn't want it to drop, right? And just like we wouldn't sit beside anyone just in case. I mean, sometimes the movies like there's not a lot of people in there. That's usually when it's like, okay, thank God.
Hmm.
But
Oh,
then, but then you would get some people talking. Oh my God. When I went to go see Black Adam, the guys behind me, they would not stop talking about when Superman was going to show up. They're like, oh, Superman, Superman.
oh,
And it
I
was
didn't
like,
know Soups was there.
yeah, like they could not stop, man. It was like five of them, all just when Superman gonna show, when Superman. You should have seen like at the ending, all every time, every minute, when Superman, when Superman, when Superman. It was like, bro, if you just want to see Superman, why didn't you just come at the end of the movie to watch the damn post credit scene and then leave? Like they don't even watch. They didn't want to watch the Black Adam movie. They just want to watch Superman for 5 seconds. It's like, oh my god, it's just
Superman.
sad.
Oh my. Yeah, there's people like that. They just want to see. And it might be the only people that actually want to see Superman because according to a lot of people, according to people on Twitter, Superman was not a draw because Black Adam didn't make any money.
Hmm. Well, I think a lot of people didn't know Superman was in it.
Yeah, because it's Twitter,
Hmm.
and a lot of people didn't know who Black Adam was.
Hmm. I mean, the movie was mostly empty when I went to go see it. I think that
Oh,
was on a
me too.
Thursday. Yeah.
Thursdays afternoons or sometimes they can be busy. For Marvel movies, they can be. When I go to Marvel movies on Thursday afternoons, they're not fully packed, but it got a decent crowd.
Hmm. If
Except for
you go
Black
to an
Panther.
IMAX, yeah, Black Panther for me, I saw it on Thursday. It was mostly empty.
Yeah, for me, same for Wakanda Forever. When I went, I didn't go see IMAX, but I'm like, I'm surprisingly surprised by the crowd that there's not a lot of people there. Like it was bigger than most movies I see on Thursdays, but like not by much. And that's
I'm
and
gonna
I
I'm gonna this Thursday when I go see Ant-Man, I'm gonna take a picture and post it on Twitter.
yeah, two people walked out on Black Panther Wakanda Forever in my theater. I'm like,
Oh
what?
wow. One
Yeah,
lady walked out at the ending and she was crying. But everybody else, I didn't see nobody else crying.
well, I didn't cry during the movie.
No, I didn't really, I don't really think most people were crying during the movie. I think there was only like small handful of people. It was sad, but it wasn't like I'm crying, you know what I mean? Like it's so sad.
The Batman made me cry more than Black Panther Wakanda Forever because it didn't
Mm,
make me cry at all.
Cause it was a better movie. It was like
And
we finally got Batman.
they finally understand, like we finally because like the Batman had look wait the action there wasn't much action, but the point of that movie wasn't about the action; it was about character development and growth of basically Bruce Wayne and how he's isolated from the normal life and how he's bitter, angry, and like
Hmm.
and there's a lot of learning as a character for him as to grow. That life is not so black and white. He sees Catwoman, understands Riddler's motivations. So you know what his relationship with Alfred, like it's
Mm,
he what Matt Reeves done in the Batman is better than most Marvel movies have done with their characters as character development
yes.
in one film. In one film,
I agree.
it's really, really. I mean, it took a lot of films for like Tony Stark to grow. Like it took a few films for Tony Stark to fully grow. Same with with even with
Captain
even with
America.
Captain America and with Thor and some other characters. And
Hmm.
look, even with Batman, he still has his character's still developing. It's just that he has to develop that Bruce Wayne persona, and he has to be more open and more of more of an open kind of character where he lets people into his life. It's okay to let people into his life,
Hmm.
because he didn't want people, he didn't want to get personal with people, right? Because
Mm,
he had that same fear of losing someone, like he lost his parents. That's the whole thing with Alfred's about. He was called Alfred because of that.
hmm.
Like he's and can't wait to see how Matt Reeves has in store for the Batman 2
Yeah,
in
I'm
terms of
excited.
how it's gonna be. I hope if the title is blue, it's probably gonna be Mr. Freeze.
Mm.
I'm just
Well,
saying.
it's just called The Batman Part 2.
But you know how it's red for the Batman?
Hmm.
The coloring was red. But if it's blue, it could be Mr. Freeze, right? If they decided to make it blue, it could be Mr.
Hmm.
Freeze.
Well, did you hear what Matt Reeves said?
What?
He said that for the next villain, he would want to do Hush.
When you say that?
That's what he said. That it was like a recent interview.
Hush?
He
I
was
know he said he
asked
wanted to
like,
do Hush. I remember that like last year.
well, he said in this recent interview, he was like,
I heard a rumor
I
before.
want to do Hush. Well, it
How do
came
you
out
do
of his
Hush?
mouth. I have to send it to you.
Maybe I want to see Hush. Because Hush could fit a detective lore Batman.
Mm,
I mean, best friend from his past, a connection from his past. Because you kind of need more of that. What do you think, Degrassi?
mm,
You want to see Hush if you're still around? I heard that rumor before. Hush might be a potential villain. Wow. Because
yeah.
I'll tell you
Yeah.
this, Hush has not been done well in live adaptations.
Hmm.
They butchered him a lot. That'd be great if Hush. I'm all for that. I mean, right? This year is the 20-year anniversary of the of Batman Hush.
Hmm.
20. Well, that's great. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna end it here, man. It's really late. I gotta sleep.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it was the end of one. It's almost 1:30.
Hmm.
Uh, Thank you for the shorts. I checked them out. That's pretty funny. You gotta do villains for DC and Marvel.
Yes. I'll do Marvel because I had one with DC.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So tell where we can find you.
You can find me on Twitter and YouTube, Blinded Burrow. I do live streams now on Sundays at 4 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah. Yeah. 4 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, that's Sundays.
Hmm.
Thank you. I'll just say this. But there's a way you can work Mr. Freeze. He doesn't need to. You don't need that whole thing where he gets in the 0 degrees. If he doesn't, you don't need that whole thing as origin. You can still have his gun like with ice, kind of like Captain Cold. I'm sorry.
Hmm.
I'm sorry. I'm like, Captain Cold has a cold gun. You can do something like that. You don't need a
Hmm.
whole. I know a lot of people are gonna disagree on these, but you don't need this whole origin with them getting pushed into all the freezing whatever to become. And he has to be forced into certain cold like temperatures to survive. You don't need to do that. You can just make a cold
Hmm.
gun. Because they did have Captain Cold. You can do it with Mr. Freeze. You can still have the same kind of reasoning, his motivation to save his wife, but you really don't need that whole thing. You can just make a cold gun.
Hmm.
Like you can work around it, You get creative, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
And Bruce should learn science. I mean, Batman has to be. I mean, that's one of his key things. He's a scientist, and we haven't really seen that in the Batman yet. The science aspect of Bruce. I mean, there's all the technology stuff but we haven't seen where he does. The other stuff in the science involves like taking DNA, chemical compounds, plants, stuff like that. You
Hmm.
know?
Hmm.
Yeah, Hush would fit perfectly. But yeah, thank you for sharing your stuff. Thank you for the guys. Thank you for coming and watching, buddy. Um, yeah, make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment below. Thank you all.
Peace.